Welcome everyone, welcome. How are you all doing? Hopefully you are all good and we're ready to go. Can you hear me? Let me just make sure that you can, so I can hear it in my headphones as well, because I need to hear my headphones, that you guys can hear me loud and clear. So, there you go. Marvellous. We are good. We are all good, people. How are you all doing? It's a game where everyone expects us to fail. They expect the club to have fallen apart and be bankrupt and all sorts of nonsense and non-existent. We've had people like Danny Baker give me the ump. We've had people like Jamie Carragher give me the ump on my channel. I'm sure you guys have already seen that. Videos on my channel where I wasn't happy. Anyway, back to the actual football. And we've got ourselves drop frames. Can you still hear me? You've still got me. It's still working, I take it. How are you all doing? It's claiming there's no data coming through, but I guess you guys can see me. Anyway, the Chelsea team confirmed is Edouard Mendy in goal, Christensen, Thiago Silva and Rudiger, the tried and trusted back three. Aspie's back in, right wing back, with Kovacic and Conte in the middle, and Jorginho and Alonso with Kai Havertz and Christian Pulisic. Is that a 3-5-2? Two up front? Guess we have to wait and see. We've got ourselves a 2-0 lead. The most important thing is we don't do ourselves a Man United. How funny was that? Anyway, guys, Martin, I appreciate your message. If you do watch this back, I appreciate the message popping in. Paul, good to see you in. Dale as well, good to see you. So this is Chelsea versus Lille. We take a 2-0 lead into this game. And that team is pretty impressive, I have to say. Mendy, Christensen, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Aspie, Kovacic, Conte, Jorginho, Alonso, Havertz, Pulisic. On the bench, Kepa, Bettinelli, Chalobah, Sarr, Kennedy, Loftus-Cheek, Mason Mount, Vale, Ziyech, Werner and Lukaku. Mr. Lukaku, you get the feeling he's beginning to learn his lesson, isn't he? Anyway, it's a massive game. And hopefully we'll deliver the right result, get a nice early goal to kill the game off, which will be marvellous. Cheers, everyone. I'm going to keep the coverage on the channel going until around about 10:30, half hour after the game finishes, see how it goes. Have a bit of a chinwag. Talk about the situation with Chelsea and what's going on at the moment, which is just unreal at the moment. Absolutely unreal. It's a situation where you're literally going day to day. As Thomas Tuchel said, day to day. And hopefully, come Friday, we got a lot of bids. There's a lot of talk about people making their bids. There's a lot of talk about the number of different investors that are interested in taking over Chelsea. One thing is certain. Our football club is not going to go to the wall. And there's a lot being written. There's a lot being said. Ignore it all. Ignore it. Woodshedder, good to see you in, mate. Good to see you here. Anyway, this is a good one. So Man United screwed it up well and truly last night. Plenty of talent on the pitch, but they don't perform as a team. They got no real identity. They just rely on Ronaldo. Whereas our Chelsea team, we have an identity. We have a way of playing. And we have all sorts of options. Look at our bench, the options we got from the bench. Lille have got the dude that played over at Swansea. Can't think what his name is. The Brazilian, I think, the midfielder who was really, really impressive for them in the first leg at the bridge. He's out. Sanchez, I think, is that his name? He's out injured. So he's not going to feature for them, which is a massive blow for Lille. So how have you all been? All good? Looking forward to the game? Smash the like button. Welcome along to the channel. Welcome along to the live stream. Let me just put a note in. Just going to put that message up. If you want to get involved in the chat, just become a channel member. Subscribers, just become a channel member. It's only £1 a month. That's all it is. £1 a month to become a channel member. And you get access to putting the chat on in the commentaries and in the live streams. Now, people, next week, I'm looking to create some live streams in the evenings. I'd say maybe the pub's open later. It is Woodshedder. It is for around about half an hour. Next week, the pub's going to be open at least an hour. I'm looking to do live streams every evening. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. So yes, next week, every day next week in the evening, maybe around sort of 8 p.m. 8 p.m. till 10, or maybe we'll see how it goes. 9 to 11, we'll see. There's going to be live stream here on the channel, talking Chelsea, talking everything Chelsea, talking retro Chelsea, Chelsea today, Chelsea tomorrow. That's what we do on this channel when we have a live stream and a chat. We get people in and they talk about anything you want to talk about. We talk about players that were our favourite players that people forget to remember. People that were just outstanding for Chelsea that didn't really get the credit. Those legends at Chelsea, obviously. Players that we could forget that played for Chelsea. And just in general, we'll just Chelsea chat about anything. Retro Chelsea, Chelsea back in the day, your first games, your most memorable games. That's what we do. So, welcome along to the stream, people. Smash that like button for me. This is Lille 0, Chelsea 2 after the first leg. And a nice early goal would just kill this tie off. Nice early goal from us will kill the tie off, and that'll be outstanding. Be absolutely outstanding. And hopefully we can then kick on. Let's get a couple more. Get some confidence heading into the game against Middlesbrough, which we'll talk about after this stream was finished and Chelsea's request to play it behind closed doors, which I have to say, you can't do that. You can't turn around to the opposition you're about to play and say it's got to go behind closed doors. That's ridiculous. And favourite games, Woodshedder, yes, mate. So, Lille. Fans are out in full force. Flags are waving. The other big game tonight in the Champions League is Juve against Villarreal. Lille have got an impressive stadium, I have to say. And it's no easy game, this one. Chelsea's got to turn up tonight. That's what I said. Nice, easy game. Nice, easy game. Nice early goal will be super. But also, not only that, we got Premier League games tonight. And one of them, a big one as far as the title race goes. Over at the Emirates, Arsenal taking on Liverpool as well this evening. Let's hope they kick lumps out of each other and get a 0-0 draw. If we win our game in hand, we go 8 points behind Man City. And we're on a good run at the moment of results, which is a good thing. So, Kai Havertz, goal scoring form aplenty. Outstanding goal of the weekend. What's the odds on Havertz scoring again tonight? Hopefully so. They have got a really impressive stadium, Lille, I have to say. Very good stadium. 3-tiered all the way around. So I'm seeing the tunnel footage at the moment, and it's only Lille that's saying no. Chelsea are there. Chelsea are playing in the yellow tonight, the yellow strip, and he looks like he'll be wearing all yellow. So being led out by Skipper, who's back, Cesar Azpilicueta. Remember, people, I'm watching this stream on the BT Sport app, and I'm 1 minute behind the normal coverage. You're going to get ball by ball commentary from me. Hopefully the sound's all good. Nice new microphone, imported. The beacon. Hopefully it sounds all right. Doesn't sound too bad. Let me have a listen. 1 second. Been a bit vain, I know. There you go. It's all good. Right, anyway. So, Players are lined up on the pitch. Champions League music's on. Pulisic first, Kai Havertz, Pulisic's tiny. George Michael's back, Marcus Alonso, he's back in with Christensen's down there, Jorginho, Matteo Kovacic, N'Golo Conte. A midfield three today, with 2 wing-backs, back 3 and 2 up front by the looks of it. Battening down the hatches, shutting up shop, or is that to attack with Jorginho the pivot and Conte and Kovacic to go roaming? And when they both do in tandem together, both of them are outstanding. It's very naive of me when it comes to the Lille player names. Not really bothered. I'm just focused on Chelsea. All yellow tonight, Chelsea. Lille playing the red strip, the red shirts, the blue shorts and red socks. Hi, Jane. Yeah, you got a sandstorm down in southern Spain. Yeah, we're getting it over here. So in the UK, my wife's car's been covered in this yellow safari or Sahara dust, whatever they're calling it. But we're all good. We're all good. So Leo Jardim, Thiago Jallo, Botman, Font, Andre, Zeka, Bamba, Goodmanson, Selic, David and Burak up front for Lille. 3-5-2 for Lille. That would explain why Chelsea are playing the 3-5-man midfield, which is, let's just see, the UEFA's going to bring up the team selection for Chelsea, and they normally will give you the correct indication when it comes to the formation. Only seen Lille at the moment. The referees are, the assistant referees and the referees are from Italy this evening. Let's hope they don't blow the whistle and make a complete nightmare of the game that you witnessed last night. The Man United Atletico Madrid game. The referee was absolutely shocking. Deary me. Right, so Chelsea, Mendy's in goal. The back three, Rudiger, Silva, Christensen. Out wide, Marcus Alonso on the left, Aspi on the right. Kovacic, Jorginho and Conte. With 2 up top, Christian Pulisic and Kai Havertz. Everybody else is on the bench. Good to see. Apart from Hudson-Odoi and Reece James. Shame about Reece James. Comes back in. Plays well. Gets a couple of goals. Gets another knock again and he's out. Let's hope he's not injury prone. One player on the pitch tonight they talked about being injury prone is Kai Havertz. N'Golo Conte. So, just waiting for the game to kick off. Teams are both out on the pitch. I'm a minute behind the match coverage. Somebody's not even reminding me about my clock. I'm ready to go. Chelsea take a 2-0 lead into this one. Come on. Referee. Chelsea kicking as we look at the coverage from right to left. Referee whistle in mouth. Players take a knee. Everyone but one player takes the knee on the pitch. 2 players. Alonso doesn't take the knee. Chelsea kicking off and Kai Havertz kicks off and goes back to the logo is on the kit as well still. I thought it was supposed to be taken off. Anyway, we're just keeping on possession. Out to Alonso, to Rudiger, back to Mendy. Lille are pressing high in numbers. Christensen gets the ball away. Up to Kai Havertz, who lays it off to Conte. Tries to find a quick early pass over the top to Pulisic. Broken up by Lille, but picked up by Kovacic. He finds Alonso left-hand side now. Kovacic runs outside of him, calms it down, gives it back inside Jorginho. Halfway inside their half. Lille dropping off now. Chelsea back to Rudiger. Sweeping pass from left to right, and he finds the target Aspi. Heads it back to Christensen on the halfway line. Right wing. Plays a nice little ball inside Jorginho. Kovacic, top of the centre circle, avoids one challenge, but Lille win the ball back. Play it into Burak, who's dropped off in the centre circle. Plays the ball out wide left, and they got a man over. Christensen goes out to meet him. Aspi struggling to get back. Gets back in now. And well done, Christensen. Blocks the ball away. It goes off for a Lille corner. But Aspi pushed up to join the attack from Chelsea. The attack got broken down. They won the ball. Played a couple of passes out wide, and they were in. So Bamba's going across to take the corner for Lille. First corner of the game. Chelsea's right wing position. Burak's on the near post, unmarked. Let's get this ball away. Cross comes in towards the near post. Dealt with by Kai Havertz. Strong header away. Out for a throw in, level the edge of the penalty box. Golden rule about corners and set pieces. Always beat the first offender. And the amount of people that don't do it. Paid professionals. Anyway, Lille take the throw in short and they get up the line and cross it in. Easy for Mendy, nice and simple. Mendy just collects it. So Mendy's asking everyone to calm down, asking for an early throw out. Just throws it out. Thiago Silva to Christensen, gets it back. Thiago Silva just to the right at penalty spot. Lille have backed off 20 yards further deep, so can play it square to Rudiger. Inside to Silva, just outside our own penalty box. Plays the ball into the feet of Kai Havertz. Great little flick into Conte to his right-hand side, and Chelsea are away. Conte into Kovacic, looking to find Pulisic, and we do. Bad touch from Pulisic, and just on the edge of their box. But Conte's all over him. Chelsea got 3 players swarming the man with the ball, and he's come away with it up the line. They play it into Burak, 10 yards inside his own half, and he tries to play a sweeping pass out to the opposite side. Alonso mops up, collects it, goes back to Rudiger. Lille give up the chase. Rudiger's going to collect it on the corner of his own penalty box. Turns round, finds no one's closing him down, so slows it down and gives it to Thiago Silva. Walking pace Silva. To his left is Rudiger, halfway inside our half. Little 10-yard pass inside. Jorginho drops in to get the ball. Plays it into feet of Kai Havertz, centre circle. Turns away from a challenge, been brought down. And it's a Chelsea free kick. Top of the centre circle inside their half. It's a free kick. Jorginho's over it. Kovacic goes close. Ignores him. Goes back to Thiago Silva. Bottom of the centre circle. Wide right, Christensen. Jorginho, inside. Aspi up the line. Looking for Havertz. Turns away from a challenge and does well. Grappling with Botman. Goes round him and then Botman plays the ball off of him and it's going to go out for a goal kick. Unlucky. Unlucky Kai Havertz. The grappling to get to the position on the wing was good. Havertz beat him to it. Held him off. But Botman stood firm. And as Havertz tried to take him on up to around the byline, played it off him for the goal kick. And the goalkeeper just rolls it out to his left-hand side. Botman launches it up to Burak, who's dropped halfway inside his own half on the left wing to collect the ball. And immediately he's surrounded by Mateo Kovacic and Azpilicueta. And he's gone down claiming that he's been kicked. It's Jorginho and Aspi. Oh yeah, Aspi's caught him right on the ankle. He's right on the byline, Burak. And Aspi goes to win the ball. Follows through and catches his studs right on his ankle. Aspi's pleading innocence, but he's caught him. Burak's down, punching the floor, slapping the floor at the minute. He's hurt. Aspi's gone over to make sure he's all right. Looking at the Lille manager at the moment. Jocelyn Gorvenik. Looking at their bench. Hatim Ben Arthur's on the bench. Now I'm seeing Thomas Tuchel, who's made a point of getting up off the bench and taking a stroll about 30 yards in front of him to get into his technical area. Anyway, Lille take the throw in short to Burak and he's been clattered by Conte. Now they take it quickly. They sweep it from left to the right back position to Bamba on the wing. Alonso goes to meet him. Ball inside. Shut down by Kovacic and Jorginho and Chelsea win it back. 10 yards inside of our half. Conte just holds the ball up, gives Jorginho, who slides it to his right-hand side. Right of centre Christensen. Bottom of the centre circle. Just holding position, no rush. Lille were backing off to the defending their own half. Chelsea got the ball 10 yards further back from them, knocking it around our back three. From right to left and back to right again with Christensen. Now Aspi on the halfway line. Right out on the byline. Shut down, so it goes back to Christensen. Now Lille are pressing as Chelsea play it back to Edouard Mendy. First time Mendy. Launches it back out to Aspi, but gets it completely wrong. 10 yards over his head. Goes out for a Lille throw-in. Deary me. Mendy's... Sometimes his footwork is outstanding. Sometimes it's a nightmare. Anyway, Lille throwing halfway inside of our half. Left-hand side. Take the throw in short. Trying to get up the line. Jorginho steps in. Another Lille throw. Chelsea wearing all yellow this evening. Throw-in taken short to Burak. Throw-in taker gets it back. Then lays it off to Burak, who's dropped deep to get involved. And he squares the ball right of centre, halfway inside of our half now. They play it out wide, Bamba. Up against Alonso. Alonso's doing well. Taken by Tony Rudiger, who's just left-hand side of the penalty box. Plays it square to Thiago Silva on the penalty spot and then plays it out to his right-hand side to Andreas Christensen. Back to Thiago Silva. Nice and simple. Just little 10-yard further forward. Plays in Jorginho. Shut down. Loses possession. Burak collects it. They've got a man over in the midfield. A Lille corner. Jorginho was dangerous there. He gave the ball away. They were onto us like a flash. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, honestly. Jorginho, what are you doing there? Anyway. Lille corner on the right-hand side by Bamba. Swung into near post. Havertz wins it again. Only headed to the edge. They head it back in the box. Thiago Silva gets... He's won himself a free kick, which was good. But Jorginho, Thiago Silva played a little ball into him, 10-yard pass. Jorginho, it was spotted by Lille, and as they play it to Jorginho, shut him down. Is it cutting out? Hopefully it shouldn't be. The sound should be all right. Couple of glitches. I had a power cut earlier today. Hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. If it is muted, it'll come back. Bear with it. It will sort itself out. So Chelsea possession with Thiago Silva. Plays it forward to Pulisic, who drops deep, and then lays it back to Edouard Mendy. Left-hand side is Rudiger. Rudiger up the line to Alonso. Tries to flick it up to Kovacic, shut down by Bamba, goes off for Chelsea throw-in. Halfway inside of our half. Marcus Alonso takes it up the line to Havertz, but goes beyond him. Lille play the ball forward. Win back possession on the right wing. The player into the feet. The centre forward has been shut down. And then Andreas Christensen fouls the centre forward. He steps in, Christensen. He spots the balls going into the centre forward on the edge of the box. Centre forward is clever. He puts his body in the way. Christensen comes round on the inside or the outside, fouls him, brings him down. It's a Lille free kick, literally just outside the D of our penalty box. And it's not great at all. Is it? Hopefully, I can keep with it. It will sort itself out. So it's a Lille free kick just outside the box. Foul by Christensen. Stupid tackle. And they got Burak and Botman by the looks of it. It's dead centre. Literally 2 yards outside the D of our penalty box, dead centre. Chelsea's got a wall with Mendy's on his toes. Lille free kick. Dangerous, dangerous position. They play the ball into the feet of the centre forward and he tries to win it. He spots it and tries to win it and nick in front. Centre forward got his body in the way and he caught him. Stupid free kick to give away. So, free kick to be taken outside the box. 10 minutes gone. Big opportunity for Lille. Has the sound sorted itself out yet? Burak takes a shot high over the bar. Awful. People do that. Is the sound still... Oh, there you go. The sound's all right now. I should be sorted. Just bear with it, people. The old internet and I had a massive power cut this morning. Hopefully it'll sort itself out. A couple of little teething problems, but they will sort themselves out. The most important thing is Chelsea have started off all right. 0-0. Long goal kick from Mendy. Have out to left-hand side. Picks up second ball. Goes out of play for a Lille throw-in. Halfway inside their own half. Referee's giving it to us. Alonso looking to take it up the line. Finds Kante under pressure. With 6 Lille players around 5 Chelsea players in a 10-yard radius. We go backwards to Rudiger. Goes back to Thiago Silva. Lille pressing hard. Heads it forward to the halfway line. Jorginho and Kante between themselves. Win back the ball on the halfway. Finds Rudiger. Alonso now. Just over halfway. Shut down. So goes backwards to Rudiger. Halfway inside of our half. They're pressing. All of them as a unit. 5 players pressing Chelsea's back 3. Christensen back to Mendy. Stupid pass. But lucky enough we get away with it. Aspi from Kai Havertz, and then Havertz plays a bad pass back to Azpilicueta. It should sort itself out in just a second. Hopefully it'll be all right. So, Thiago Silva. Let me try and sort my settings out. 1 second. Thiago Silva. Hopefully it'll sort itself out. I'll just change a few settings. It might reset in a second, but hopefully it'll be all right. Anyway, Chelsea possession with Thiago Silva. Halfway inside of our half. Nice and simple. Out to Andreas Christensen. Christensen finds Aspi. Into the feet of Conte. 1-2. And Aspi's away on the right wing. Shut down though. Finds Conte. Gives the ball away. Lille defending in numbers. Goalkeeper launched it up over halfway. Rudiger's underneath it. Chests it down into the feet of Kovacic, but it was offside. Burak. Play taken quickly to Kovacic down the left-hand side. He's got Pulisic outside of him. Goes inside Jorginho. 25 yards out. Flicks it out to the left-hand side to Pulisic, edge of the box. Pulisic, step over. Gets to the byline. Drags it back onto his right foot. Cross comes in, looking for someone on the penalty spot, which was Alonso. It's actually Azpilicueta. And then Jorginho, as they clear it, fouls Burak. Burak's doing his pieces, saying it should be a booking. Referee says no, it's a Lille free kick. Good opportunity for Chelsea to get the ball in the box, but the pass was poor. Anyway, Lille with possession. Play it back to their centre half on the left-hand side, Botman. Out to the left-hand side to the left-back. 10 yards inside of his own half. Chelsea shuffle across in their defensive position set. We're pushed up 10 yards inside their half, but no higher than that. As they come forward, we press, but we don't press any further. They play it out to the right-hand side and force backwards. Chelsea doing well in numbers. Literally working. Now they work it out to the right. Bamba taking on Alonso. Cross comes into the penalty spot. Well done, Aspi. Nips in front of the attacker. Well done, Chelsea. Holding the line. Nice and simple. They just work it. Little 10-yard balls across from left to right. Play the ball forward. Sign language. Is it that bad? Anyway. Christensen's got the ball from the goal kick. Strides forward 20 yards. Stops. Back to Thiago Silva. Little triangle. Forward to Jorginho. He collects the ball. And Rudiger collects the ball. Nice and easy. Plays it inside Jorginho. Pulisic comes off the line to collect it. Gets involved. It's been taken out. Referee says play on. Now Lille come forward down the left wing. Lille taking on Christensen. Gets to the byline. Cross comes in. Christensen does really well. He stands up. Plays the ball off of the attacker. It goes off of him. Out for a Chelsea goal kick. Well done, Christensen. Excellent. I've got to put a backup stream on here because even my coverage I'm watching isn't great either. Anyway, Chelsea possession from the goal kick out to the right hand side. Shocking. Let me try and sort out what's happening. Right, it's now picked itself up again, which is great. Aspi with a throw in, deep inside his own half. Inside to Kovacic. Flicks the ball forward, looking for Kai Havertz. Inside of our half, 10 yards. Goes out of play. Right, Chelsea play the ball forward. Referee's blown up for something. I'm not sure what he's blown up for, but he's blown up for something, the referee. All I'm seeing at the moment is the Lille manager on the sidelines doing his pieces. Anyway, Lille have got possession. They've picked up possession once again, and they play it back to their centre half. Out to the left back, who's coming forward, stops on the halfway line, faced by N'Golo Conte, who thinks not having none of that, and plays it backwards. So they're playing it across from their half. Chelsea has a unit pressing forward and forcing them back to the left-hand side, and they work it up to the halfway line, and once again, shut down. Lille are going backwards. Botman plays a raking 50-yard ball sideways to his defender. Plays the ball out of line to Bamba, who tries to play a flick pass forward. Alonso blocks it off. It goes off for a throw-in. And they take it backwards. They go back to their centre-backs to work it out to the left-hand side to find a pass. They find one 10 yards inside of our half. They go past Christensen, but Chelsea force them backwards. They're moving it up about halfway inside of our half and going backwards inside their own half at the minute. They've done it again. Ex-Southampton, Jose Font got the ball. Played out to the right back. Ball played forward to Bamba. Little flick passes. Looking for little 1-2s. Intricate 10-yard balls. Try and play people in up the line. And Chelsea are doing well to close it off. Alonso steps forward. Plays it off the attacker. It goes out for a Chelsea throw-in. With that, Thomas Tuchel is bemoaning his defenders. Asking them to push up. Chelsea free kick taken up to Kai Havertz. Lays it off to Pulisic, who plays it back inside to Havertz. Chelsea doing well here, just between those two. Left wing, Pulisic goes back, holds the ball up back to Kovacic. Takes his time, slows it down. Jorginho gets the ball back. Another little ball inside Jorginho. Halfway inside their half, into Conte's feet. Takes possession, back to Christensen. Lille got everyone behind the ball. Inside their own half. Christensen back to Thiago Silva, halfway line. Out to the right-hand side is Christensen. On the byline is Aspi. Akers, and he strides forward 20 yards. Inside to Jorginho, who's held up, but manages to play it out to Conte, who's found himself on the wing. Conte goes up against one of their defenders and loses out. Defender, to be fair, just falls over. He's going one-on-one with Conte. Conte can't believe it. Conte's going to win the ball. The bloke, Conte's what, 5'4"? This left back, I don't know what his name is, Thiago Giallo. He's 7 foot and he falls over. Ridiculous. Little free kick right just on the edge of their own box. Well done, Conte, though. Keep working. At the moment, Chelsea, no danger whatsoever from Lille. With that, the goalkeeper says to everyone, push on. He's going to take the goal kick and launch it high. And he does. Just over halfway, Rudiger's underneath it. Big header. Heads it down. Referee's already blown up for an offside. How can you be offside from a goal kick that's deep inside your own half? That's just naive. Chelsea take the free kick and Jorginho's done some fantastic. I've got to do something with my I will keep arc, even an ugly arc. What's one of them? Anyway, it's back. A better connection than what I've got currently, because my connection at the moment is awful. A goal kick played forward, and Christensen's been fouled by Burak. Off. Right, hold on, people. Hold on. One second, people. I'll be back with you. It's just a nightmare. I've had to reset everything. My clock's gone. Hold on. I've got my clock back. Alexa, I'm not talking to you either. Hold on, people. I said I'll be back. Alexa, off. Right, I'm turning you off. Got to take the power out of Alexa. Jesus Christ. I'm not talking to you, love. Jesus. Hold on. I'll be with you, people. Big internet problems tonight. Apologies. Let me just get my scoreboard back up. I'm not going to have the time on. I'll just have the score on. And I've got to work out what the time is. It's a time set, so I need to do... Setting. I need to stopwatch. Right, I'm going to link up with my coverage. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. I'm going to be with you. Okay, so I should be rocking and rolling. Is it updated? Hopefully it's not too bad. Anyway, there's been no other drama at the minute from what I can see. Jesus. Apologies, people. What a night. I had a power cut earlier today and it's buggered everything up. I can't even see me. What am I doing here? I'm frozen. Am I frozen? I'm frozen. I can't see myself. Sounds alright, but I'm frozen. Marvellous. Hold on. I'm going to keep it going. Honestly, this is just... Yeah, hold on a second. There you go. So I'm back with my score. Just bear with me a second. The video's going to sort itself out. It's been a total nightmare this evening. Ozzy, how you doing? John, how are you? Eventually I'm back. I'm actually back here. And Chelsea got possession with Thiago Silva 10 yards outside of our half. Dear me. He played to Rudiger. They're pressing this. It goes out to Alonso. Alonso tries to clear it and does into their half. We're shutting them down. They've gone back to the goalkeeper. 29 minutes, 42 gone. Deary me. Apologies, people. It's been awful, I know. Anyway, they play it out to the left-hand side and Chelsea are pressing all over them, trying to shut them down with Kai Havertz. They've come out from the back, but they run as far as Jorginho. But the left back's gone down again. That Giallo, who took a tumble when N'Golo Conte was near him, he's run probably about 40 yards on the left-hand side from his own half, by the edge of his own box, over halfway, realises he's going to run into trouble with 4 Chelsea players, and then Jorginho tackles him but catches him. He goes down. Anyway. Steve, welcome. Thank you for joining and becoming a channel member. Honestly. I mean, what else, as far as Chelsea's concerned, goes wrong? Anyway, I just realised my other little webcam is still in the way. Brilliant. Trevor Chalobah is stripping off. He's about to come on. Chalobah's coming on. Who's he coming on for? It's going to be Christensen, who went down under a heavy challenge, went up for a header. It's one of those where the centre forward sort of stands, sees him coming, backs into him, and he went over Christensen. He landed heavily, and he's down again, receiving treatment. He's coming off. Chalobah's getting stripped off, literally coming on. Not naked, because that's wrong. Smash the like button, people. Yeah, the actual physio's just done that. Done the old indication he's coming off. Either that or they run out of tape. But for me, I think it means he's coming off. And he is. So Christensen and his injury woes continue. He's now coming off. Linesman's telling him, no, you can't walk back across the whole length of this side of the pitch. You've got to go back over the other side and walk all the long way around. He's walking a bit gingerly. And with that, so whoever that is in the Chelsea coaching staff, they're holding up the instructions for Chalobah, who he needs to pick up on set pieces. But what they're doing, they're holding this bit of paper up, but on the opposite side, so the side that's facing the camera, they got all the other instructions on there. So the camera could zoom in, they could look at notes and stuff like that. Stupid. Anyway, Lille have got the ball free kick and they play it forward to Burak by the corner flag. Chelsea managed to clear it away. They pick the ball up halfway inside of our half and play it out to the right-hand side. But Alonso nicks in front. Well done, Alonso. He's been caught by Bamba. It goes off and it's a Chelsea. The bias, yeah, Jane. The bias against Chelsea. I mean, the Sky Sports coverage for the Newcastle game was shocking. Absolutely shocking. Now, I couldn't do the coverage. Let me just say that. I couldn't do the Newcastle game because that was the last swimming lesson of the term that I had with my little boy before we go away in a couple of weeks' time to Florida. So, need to get him swimming. So, my swimming lesson was 1:45 and Chelsea kicked off at 2 and I couldn't say I'm not going to go and do it. So, that's why I didn't do the commentary. But I recorded the game and I watched the whole thing after I got back to catch up with it all. And the Sky Sports coverage was just ridiculous. Anyway, Chelsea have launched a free kick higher out from left to right and they've managed to clear it. They're coming away with it. They're breaking over halfway now. Left channel. Chelsea backing off and backing off. Chalobah is on for Christensen. Play it out to David on the left-hand side. Chalobah faces him up. He nutmegs him. Tries to go around Chalobah. Chalobah brings him down just outside the box. Chalobah does that. He's got in his locker. He makes mistakes, Chalobah. And he's got himself booked after literally being on the pitch for about a minute and a half. David done him by the... He's on the left-hand side, 10 yards away from the corner flag. And he drags it back on his right foot and then quickly flicks it between his legs back to where he come from. Chalobah was beaten and he's grappling him to try and catch up with him. And he pulls him down, literally 2 yards outside the box. He goes down dramatically, as you'd expect. Referee gives the free kick. And a dangerous position for Lille with a free kick here. Just outside the penalty box on the left-hand side. We're looking at about literally 3 or 4 yards from the byline. Tuchel's going mental on the sideline, shaking his head, gesticulating to his coaches. Bamba's going to take it. Burak dead centre of the 6-yard box. Rudiger's up against him. Mendy's got some space to work with. Chelsea trying to ease people away from the edge, from around Mendy. Bit of grappling at the back post between Botman and somebody. Referee's having none of it. So that's Piliqueta. So, referee's watching. Cross comes in towards the near post. Mendy, big hands, just gets the ball away. They play it back in high to the far post. Havertz wins the first clearance. Jorginho tries to win the second one. They're claiming a penalty off Jorginho's hand. Referee says no, and we clear it away over halfway. They're all claiming it. Referee saying play on. They're looking at it, I think. Play out to the right wing to David. Cross comes in. Doesn't reach the penalty box. Conte lays it off to Jorginho. And with that, Kai Havertz gets a run out on the over halfway. Lays it inside to Pulisic. And now what's happened now? Now they're blowing up. They're looking at this penalty. They're looking at the penalty request. VAR. It hits Jorginho's arm. Right, so there's a bit of a melee in the box. And the clearance it goes up in the air. Lille head it forward. It's by the penalty spot. It's to the right of the penalty spot. Jorginho goes to clear it. It comes with his hip, bounces up in the air to an attacker who's coming towards him, hits the attacker on the chest and hits Jorginho. His arm's like this, and he does hit the bottom of his arm underneath of his elbow and bounces down. And with that, Chelsea get the ball away, and the referee's being told to go to the TV monitor to view it. It's going to be given as a penalty. I bet this is a penalty. Jorginho's his arm is up from when he tried to clear the ball. His arm's up in the air and he brings his arm down. His arm's here, and as the ball comes near him, the natural reaction is to protect your side, and he brings his arm down, he hits him on the arm, the referee blows up, and the referee gives a penalty. Penalty to Lille. Jorginho's shaking his head, but he's going to complain to the referee, but there's not a lot you can do about it. So, Lille free kick, and it's Burak to take it up against Edouard Mendy. Jorginho's now going over to the referee on the penalty spot to protest against the penalty. That the penalty's been given. And now there's a melee with the players. The players are trying to push people away from talking to the referee. Aspi and Thiago Silva involved. Referee's now clearing the penalty box. Burak to take it against Mendy. Mendy's bouncing on his line. He's bouncing sort of 5 yards to his right, then back to his left, trying to put him on. He's now dead centre, Mendy. Burak to take it for Lille. 2-0 it is at the moment. On aggregate, Burak steps up, walks up, puts it, great penalty, into the far corner, and it's Lille 1, Chelsea 0. Game on as far as they're concerned. Great penalty. To be fair, he walked up to the ball in the penalty spot and he launched it into the top corner. Mendy nowhere near it. The crowd are going mental. Game on. Chelsea need to step this up. Big time. Mendy dives for the penalty. Mendy's on the floor. Mendy dives and he's on the floor as he dives. His arm, he doesn't give himself an opportunity to deal with the ball if it goes waist height or above. He literally dives sideways on the floor. Now people maybe look at that and understand why Kepa came on in the final of the League Cup. Anyway, 1-0 Lille. Chelsea need to step this up a bit, maybe change the formation. Anyway, because at the moment, Kai Havertz is just getting, every time the ball goes into him, he's coming straight back again. Chelsea have won a free kick, 10 yards inside their half, on the right-hand side. Chalobah on for Christensen's about to take it. 7 minutes to go, 6 minutes to go before half-time. He goes short to Thiago Silva. Back out to Chalobah on the byline. Plays it forward to the feet of Pulisic, who drops off the back line, but back into trouble and loses the ball. It's a crowded, condensed midfield. Lille win it back. Back to Diallo, the left back. Havertz is all over him. And guess what? The referee's blown up again, but he's now said play on. The referee's just as bad as he was for the United game last night. He loves his whistle. He's whistled more times than a lifeguard. Anyway, they play the ball forward up over halfway. Rudiger stands firm against Burak. They win the second ball, 10 yards inside their own half, and switch it out to the left-hand side, to left back. Plays it forward, up to halfway. Aspi goes to shut him down. Well done, Aspie. Force them backwards. They play a long raking ball from left to right. Claiming a free kick from Azpilicueta. Alonso wins it. Plays the ball inside Jorginho to Kovacic. Gives the ball away and Lille have won it again. Left-hand side now. Left wing. Halfway inside of our half. Aspie gets back in. They've slowed it right down and everyone's behind the ball for Chelsea apart from Kai Havertz. They now go back inside their own half to go 10 yards forward, to go sideways. Bamba collects the ball. Kovacic comes across. Halfway inside of our half. Force them backwards. Playing a pass back to Font. Inside of his own half. Right centre. Lays it out to his right back. It's going perfectly tonight for Lille so far. It's gone back to the centre half. Font. 10 yards inside his own half and he sweeps a raking pass sideways to his left back who takes it down and goes back to Botman who's dropped off to the edge of his own box. Chelsea pressing now. And now we give up because they just play it along their own back line on the edge of their own box. Font collects it. Right to left. Left to right. Now they play it forward into Burak who's offside. Just over halfway. Good line from Chelsea. Chelsea to take the free kick. Thiago Silva. Good penalty. Very good penalty, I have to say. But Mendy gave himself no chance. Just dive sideways along the floor. Stupid. Anyway, Chelsea possession. Looking to play the ball into Alonso. Grappling with the right back. Alonso goes down. Referee says play on. Goes out for a throw. Select to take it. He's levelled the edge of his own box. 10-yard ball forward. Gets the ball back and plays it square. Over across the left-back position. Pulisic working hard. Not in the game, Pulisic, yet. I've got to say that. He's not in the game at all. Chelsea are making life difficult for themselves. Now Havertz has done well to win the ball back. It's been pulled back on the edge of the box. Referee's all over it. Yellow card for the defender. Havertz did well. He walked across to help out. As the left back had the ball, looking for an option, and he stepped in and won it off of him, and he turned and he was away. Havertz driving towards, to move inside the box on the right hand side. Defender knows he's beaten, drags him down by his collar, Goodmanson, and it's a Chelsea free kick. Good position, 10 yards from the byline, right on the edge of the box, right hand side. I'd say 12 yards from the byline. Left footed, George Michael Alonso's over it. Chance to get it in the box. Rudiger's up there. Chalobah's up there. Thiago Silva's in there. Jorginho's in there, making himself a nuisance. Azpilicueta's there. Havertz is there. Pulisic and Conte on the edge. Alonso, do not put it down the throat of the goalkeeper. Put it on the penalty spot. Or on the edge of the 6-yard box. In amongst the crowd of players. There's about 10 players on the edge of the penalty box. 6-yard box, sorry. Rudiger, Aspie, Silva, Chalobah, Havertz, all there. Cross comes in, he goes for a shot. Straight at the wall, goes out of play for a Chelsea corner. Stupid from Alonso, honestly. Why are you shooting from there? He now looks out to the left-hand side. Our right wing, left-hand side to take a corner. Alonso to swing it in, left foot, in swinger. Beat the first defender. He does. But Thiago Silva can't flick it on. They head it away and Pulisic tracking back. Does well to win back possession. Kovacic steps away from 2 challenges and finds the pass out to Alonso. Too far in front of him. Alonso can't keep it in play. Goes out of play for a Lille throw-in. Level the edge of your own box. With that, Tuchel once again turns round to his assistants on the bench. Shaking his head. Arms folded. Chewing his gum and he's not happy. Chelsea not playing well at all at the moment. Not playing well at all. Anyway, throw-in, taken short. Launched forward to halfway. Chalobah wins the header. Heads it straight to their midfield. They play it out to the right-hand side of centre and drive forward over halfway out to the right wing. Bamba collects it. 10 yards inside his own half and flicks it forward to David, who's dropped off the defensive line. Under pressure, forced backwards to Font on halfway line on the right wing. Right back position. Havertz all over him. Well done, Havertz. Goes back to Botman. Pulisic needs to be closer. He isn't. They switch it out to Giallo on the left. Now back to Botman. He plays a long ball over the top, looking for the run. Rudiger can't read it. Luckily enough, the centre forward headed it to his left. All it do is bring it down. Chelsea collect the ball. Alonso rides 2 challenges. Goes out of play for a Chelsea throw-in. About 10 yards inside of our own half on the left wing. Chelsea have not been... They need to do something here. Hakim Ziyech, maybe. Get his foot on the ball and find Havertz. Havertz is busy, but he's got no support from Pulisic so far. Anyway, throw taken short. 3 minutes of injury time for the injury to Christensen. Chelsea give the ball away. Rudiger's clearance has been beaten. Won by Lille, but well done Alonso. Steps in front and wins the ball and finds Conte. Finds Pulisic, bottom of the centre circle. Plays the ball out to the right-hand side to Aspi. Looks for a ball forward, but he's got nobody. Goes inside to Conte. Gets the ball back on halfway. Far out on the right-hand side. Back to Chalobah. Plays it back to Thiago Silva. Halfway inside of our half. And he comes out to the left-hand side to Tony Rudiger. Ball inside to Conte. Shut down by Burak. Silva. Shut down again. Back to Mendy. Burak working his socks off. Playing it around him. Rudiger finds Alonso. Shut down straight away Alonso. Stupid ball Rudiger. Just a little flick pass. Little stupid ball from Rudiger. Anyway. Lille trying to be physical with Chelsea players off the ball here. Finds Kai Havertz from the throw. Lays it off to Alonso. Launches the ball forward. Pulisic against Botman. Botman wins it. They then clear the ball away. Comes to Kai Havertz, who's taken out, but the referee says play on. Good header from Chalobah. They head it back over halfway. David brings the ball down the centre forward, but well done Conte and Silva. Between them will win it back. Conte over halfway. Right of centre. Plays the ball wide right to Aspi. Has to hold it up and give it back to Conte. Plays it back out to Azpilicueta, who's got some space now. Back to Conte. Halfway inside their half. Right-hand side of centre. Comes across to the left. Flick ball to Kovacic, but Kovacic is too slow to read it. They clear it only as far as Thiago Silva. Tries to launch it forward. They clear it. Edge of the 6-yard box. Up to halfway. Jorginho collects it. Under no pressure. Brings it down. Gives it to Aspi on the right. Gets it back. Right of centre. 25 yards out. Square to Rudiger. With that Lille press out in numbers. In their shape, with Chelsea play around it, and Rudiger, that left-hand side channel, driving forward, gets to the edge of the box. Alonso comes inside, holds the ball up and gives it to Jorginho. 30 yards from goal. Chalobah joins square, plays it out wide right to Aspi. Inside to Jorginho. Flicks pass into Christian Pulisic, shoots, and Pulisic scores! Come on! Excellent from Chelsea. Well played. Well done. Chelsea moved the ball around great there from left to right, back to the right-hand side. And Jorginho picked up the ball 25 yards out, right of centre. Christian Pulisic in between defenders, asks for it, points for it, says, give it to me. And he plays it to him down the right-hand side, just outside the edge of the 6-yard box, the width of it. He lets the ball run past him. And he, at the corner of the 6-yard box, Pulisic, right-footed, across the goalkeeper, inside the far post. And it's Lille 1, Chelsea 1. And that's 3-1 on aggregate. That'll shut everybody up. All the doubters. Thomas Tuchel, giving it all this. That's Pulisic 2-2 against Lille. Seeing the Lille players shake their head, but they were wide open. Chelsea done great there. Jorginho again with another assist, another important assist, I've got to say. Found himself in 10 yards worth of space and it's half time. Well done Chelsea. Half time, 1-1 on the day. And with that, the Lille player who picked the ball up just blast the ball away in frustration. But well done Chelsea. Done really well there. Worked the ball from side to side. And Christian Pulisic done well. What he's done, he's on the penalty, he's sort of leveled middle of the pitch and he's worked his way out to the right-hand side with an overlap. You've got him and Azpilicueta. It forces two Lille defenders out to go and mark them both. And as the ball's played back inside to Jorginho, the defenders are ball watching and they sort of shuffle across. And as they do, the space opens up for Pulisic to run in behind. Great ball from Jorginho, splitting defenders. Pulisic just takes it to literally his first touch is his shot. He lets the ball run to the edge of the 6-yard box on the far right-hand corner. Keeper sort of comes out and does himself no favours. Just literally slots it past him into the far corner. Killer blow from Pulisic, which is great to see. And it's 1-1. So people, thank you all for sticking with it. The stream was a little bit dodgy. As I keep saying, I had a massive power cut today. The whole house. Massive power cut. Couldn't get back online for about an hour. And it might have knocked out a couple of settings. But hopefully that should be good now. That's the main thing. But let me just say, Steve, John Bailey, Jane, Phillips, Woodshedder, Dale, Paul 66A, Aussie. Who else have I missed? If I've missed anybody else, hopefully not. Thank you for being here and getting involved. And thank you for being here, Ben, as well. How are you, mate? Good to see you in. Smash the like button, people. If you are a subscriber, welcome back to the live stream. If you want to get involved in the chat, and the Chelsea Daft pub, the Chelsea Daft pub will be open after the game finishes, where we're going to talk anything to do with Chelsea, what's happening now, the past. We're going to talk about it after the game for about half an hour or so. We shall see. We'll keep it open. Have a good old chinwag. Come and get involved. All you got to do is hit the join button on the channel homepage. It's £1 a month. That's all it is to be a member, and you can get involved in the chat on the live streams. And there'll be a live stream every single evening next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, around about 8 p.m. And we're going to get on it. Get on here. The pub will be open, and we'll have a Chelsea chat every single evening, and we can talk about what's happening with the big news. Obviously, that there's going to be bids have to be made by tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday, Friday. And hopefully our football club will be sold off to the right people, and then we can then start moving forward. Because at the moment, it's going ballistic. So, refreshments are needed. Hold on. So, Chelsea fans, if you've not seen my channel, if you've not seen my videos the last couple of days, then I got irate with Danny Baker, that fat twat Danny Baker, who played a part in the downfall of Paul Gascoigne, taking him out drinking with that idiot Chris Evans all the time. And look at the state of Gaza now. Anyway, he made a comment about Chelsea and all this nonsense, and talking about, don't worry, another glamour club will come along for you, and all this nonsense. So I reacted to that with one of my videos. Look for it on the channel. It's called Chelsea Till I Die. And it talks about how Chelsea were Chelsea before Abramovich, and they will be after. But also to thank Abramovich for what he'd done for our football club, as far as football matters goes. And then I sit there on Monday, finish work late. I've been training people in America and working long hours and American hours. I didn't watch the Monday night football, but I watched some coverage of it afterwards. And I saw Jamie Carragher talking about Roman Abramovich has been doing this, throwing his money about and being a bit of, not a bully, but over the last 20 years. And of course that riled me. So on Tuesday, yesterday, I did a little bit of research. If you haven't seen my video, make sure you do on the channel. And I looked at how much Liverpool had spent and Liverpool's transfer history over the last 20 years and Man United's transfer history over the last 20 years. Because Jamie Carragher's comment was that Chelsea went out and got Peter Kenyon when Abramovich turned up from Man United, because the guy was looking at the Chelsea business model to try and work with Abramovich to try and make Chelsea a global brand, because we wasn't back then. So that's an understandable appointment. He then went on and spouted about the fact that we destabilised the bin dippers Liverpool by trying to sign Steven Gerrard for a couple of seasons, and we were throwing our money about and all this. Then Ashley Cole, we're just going to tap him up. Yeah, we'll pay the fine. We don't care, and all this nonsense. Then he spouted off about Sven-Göran Eriksson, and Chelsea tried to do that when he was England manager. And that really riled me up. So I went and looked at the likes of Liverpool and their transfer history. And let's not forget that from the 2014-15 season, they went and signed 3 Southampton players. They signed Dejan Lovren, Adam Lallana, and they signed Ricky Lambert. The following summer, they went and got Sadio Mane. The following summer, they went and signed Virgil van Dijk. They hit Southampton in 3 transfer windows and destabilised that football club to the point where it's taken them this long to try and recover to get back to being mid-table. And fair play to them for doing so. So I made that point about Jamie Carragher and his comments about Liverpool. They've gone out and spent loads of money. They've taken people's best players off them. And they've done exactly what Chelsea did. And then I looked at Man United. They went and signed Wayne Rooney. Remember when Wayne Rooney was at Everton? Youngster, great goal against the Arsenal, lobbing Seaman or sort of hitting it into the roof of the net over David Seaman. Massive great referral about Rooney when he was a kid. What special talent he is. Man United go out and buy him. Man United then went and got the likes of Carrick and Berbatov in 2 summers from Tottenham. 2 influential players. they went out and signed other players for big money, taking them like Van Persie, taking these players off of these clubs. So my argument on my video was the fact that Jamie Carragher called Chelsea out for doing it over the last 20 years. Liverpool, Man United have been doing just the same. So if you haven't seen those two videos, make sure you check them out. On my channel page, you'll see that one of them's got the thumbnail Chelsea Till I Die. That's my Danny Baker rant. And then the other one was a Jamie Carragher one. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed that. Anyway, so I just got sick and tired, and I'm getting sick and tired of all this nonsense being written about Chelsea and Chelsea going to the wall and Chelsea got no money to pay players. Chelsea have only got 12 million in the bank or not even that, and all this nonsense that we're hearing on a daily basis. All you've got to do is stick to your reliable Chelsea sources and just ignore the dross. Don't get involved in arguments with people about Chelsea as far as it goes, because they don't know a lot of old crap, do they? So Bruce Buck's come out and said Chelsea got more than enough money to stay afloat till the end of the season if they can't get a sale to go through. But the dude Candy, the Chelsea fan, wants to take over Chelsea. He wants to invest. He's a season ticket at Chelsea. Big Chelsea fan. He's come out today and said that one of these other investors that wants to try and buy Chelsea is a Tottenham fan. He's not going to allow any Tottenham fans to take over our club. So Chelsea are going to be in good hands. And as I said previously before, Chelsea existed before Roman Abramovich. Don't get me wrong, from where he's taken us in my lifetime to where we are now, it's just unbelievable. We'll talk about it properly after the game. But Chelsea will exist after Roman Abramovich. And I will say this, I said it just before the stream started. I didn't agree with Chelsea saying to Middlesbrough on the weekend that we want the game played behind closed doors. You can't punish Middlesbrough and their fans for what's happened to Chelsea. So I'm glad that Chelsea retracted that request because it was a nonsense. But hopefully they're talking to the government and we can get ourselves some tickets sold with bits and pieces like that. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. That's the main point I'm trying to make here. Anyway, back to the game of football, and we got ourselves a 1-1. Christian Pulisic has struck right on half-time. Take the wind out of Lille, who are on a high, playing well, pressing us. Penalty was a penalty. Jorginho handballed the ball inside the box from close range. VAR couldn't make the decision themselves. They asked the referee to go and have a look at it, and he gave it straight away. But Chelsea responded. Great move. From left to right, working the ball to find the space. It comes inside to Jorginho. Pulisic pulls off his marker in between two defenders. They play the ball into him down the right-hand side of the penalty box. He literally runs onto the ball, allows it to come across him on the right corner of the 6-yard box, opens his body up and plays it across the goalkeeper into the far corner. Nice, good goal from Pulisic. And as I say, it's taken the wind out of Lille. They are gutted. As they walk off that pitch, they're gutted. They're shaking their heads. They took the kick off and the referee did that stupid thing. Rather than just blow up when we scored and said that's half time, it lets them take the kick off. They played it back to the midfield and he blew his whistle straight away. And the midfielder that collected the ball literally just blasted it away in disgust. So that's a real blow to them and good. So people, smash the like button for me. Welcome along to the channel. This is proper ball-by-ball match coverage. This is not a watch-along, a lot of old self-proclaimed waffle from other people on their channels just bigging themselves up. This is actual ball-by-ball commentary. And then after the game, the pub's going to be open. We're going to do what you do in a normal pub, talk Chelsea. And it could be anything to do with Chelsea. Whether it's Chelsea now, Chelsea in the future, Chelsea retro, favourite players, favourite games, worst players. We're going to get involved after this stream is finished. So stick with it. Subscribe to the channel, and if you want to get involved in the chat and join the fantastic community that I've got on my channel, love every single one of them dearly, then just hit that join button on my channel homepage. It's only £1 a month to be a member to get involved in the chat. Anyway, I need refreshment. Hold on. I've got to go for a 4.2 IPA. I can't be drunk when I'm doing commentary. That's just not cricket. Smash the like button, people. I'm on 70 so far. Let's see if we can get up to 100 before the second half kicks off. So, people, the plan is I won't be doing live match coverage of the Borough game on Saturday because I'll be getting drunk. And then I'm going to do a live stream every night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, around 8 p.m. UK time. Chelsea Staff Pub will be open for 2 hours a night to talk anything at Chelsea, the news that's going to be appearing, the stories of the day, and just anything you guys want to talk about. Lee, welcome along. Good to see you in. And then I'm going to Florida for 2 weeks on holiday, believe it or not. I'm actually going to get away for 2 weeks. And I'm going to take my laptop with me. I might see what the internet's like out there, and I might try to do some streams if I can. But the streams won't be as like this. It'll be might be a little bit ropey. But we'll try. We'll see what happens. So hopefully you guys are all good. You're all good. You're enjoying it so far, apart from the fact my internet was a bit of an issue for the first 25 minutes. But we're getting there. So yeah, a mate of mine has just messaging back as before as the group that were on the WhatsApp group, and he's basically saying they're going to have to come out at us now and attack us, and that's a good point, meaning that when they do that, there will be space opening up, and Chelsea just need to exploit the space. Maybe people such as Hakim Ziyech, maybe Lukaku even, come on, we'll have to wait and see. Steve, it's been said that Chelsea have a separate bank account now until new owners in place, so all ticket merchandise sales go to a club. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen a report about tickets being sold that will be for a third party, so the club can't get. I don't know how it's going to work, but it's ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the other day I'm sitting there watching Sky Sports News in the morning, and it's Chelsea's credit cards have been frozen and all this nonsense. The media are going after Chelsea big time. The problem with the English culture, the English press media culture, is they love to build people up. They love the underdog and all that sort of stuff. They love to build people up. And then they love to knock you back down again, especially the press. They just love to knock you back down. And when you've got a story like Chelsea, world champions, club world champions, European champions, a team that no one expected to have done it, and we did it. Thomas Tuchel, someone that's, we're hearing all this stuff about Tuchel. He creates issue and drama at the clubs he manages. He falls out with people, Dortmund and again at PSG. He stepped into Chelsea, been a complete breath of fresh air. He handles the media fantastically well, including this situation as we are now. And they just want to see Chelsea fail. Chelsea was the big story back in 2003 when Roman Abramovich took over and the money and this sort of stuff. Everyone hated it at the time, but other people have just followed the model and done the same thing. And now they want to they see a crack in the armoury and they're going after it. They're trying to just knock Chelsea down time and time and time again. So all I'd say is stick to the reliable sources. Stick to the people that you trust. Mason Mount is one of them, and he's coming on. Mason Mount gets a pat on the back from Hakim Ziyech and Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Malang Sarr, and Mason Mount is on. Looks as though it's Mateo Kovacic. It is. Mount on for Kovacic. Fresh legs. Kovacic didn't have a really good, from what I saw, which wasn't a lot, not a real good first half. So, people, smash that like button for me. About to get underway second half. Chelsea score 2 minutes before half time and take the wind out of Lille's sails. They're on a high. Penalty from Burak after a handball by Jorginho, and it was a handball. They're on a high. They're all over us, trying to push, and they're going to be going after us tonight. In this second half, they got to go at it. They need to score twice. Take it to extra time. The quarterfinal draw is this coming Friday. Anyway, about to kick off second half. And they do. Go back to the midfielder, who just launched it out to the right wing. Alonso's under it. Heads it away. Lille throwing. Christian Pulisic scored on the 48th minute of the first half. 3 minutes into injury time. They take the throwing up the line. Just seen out by Tony Rudiger. Hi, Alonso. How are you, mate? No worries. Good to see you in. So, Lille throwing 10 yards from the corner flag. Taken short. Chelsea all over him. Catch him offside. Well done. Brilliant. Chelsea have got themselves a free kick right by their own corner flag. Lille are frustrated with each other here. They're all arguing with each other. They're all moaning at each other. That goal's just taking the wind out of them. Edouard Mendy to take it. He's going to launch it left wing, high, over halfway. And he does. Havertz goes underneath it. Doesn't win the header, but the defender flicks it forward. But Christian Pulisic, trying to grapple with the right back, goes out of play for a Lille throw-in. Halfway inside of their own half. Foul throw, not given. They take it short. Back to the throw-in taken. The ball's gone back out of play. Chelsea throwing this time. What a mess that was. All good. Chelsea throwing. Halfway inside their half. Left wing. Marcos Alonso about to take it. Referee's asked him to move back 10 yards. He's being pedantic. He's just as bad as referee last night, the referee. Honestly. He was going to throw the ball backwards anyway. What difference does it make? He takes it short now to Conte. Up the line. Flick it on to Kai Havertz. Being held back. Being pulled back. But also Pulisic's been taken out off the ball. Referee spots it. Chelsea free kick. It's Mason Mount got taken out. Mason Mount flicked the ball up the line. And Jose Font has just whacked him from behind. No, he's caught him right on the ankle. But Mason Mount's going to be all right. So, Chelsea free kick. Wide left, 5 yards in from the byline, about 20 yards out. Alonso's over it. Lille are holding the line on the edge of their box. Chelsea have got Chalobah, Azpilicueta, Mason Mount, Rudiger, Silva, all on the edge of the box, waiting to make a run in. Jorginho and Pulisic on the edge. The cross comes in, doesn't beat the first defender. There's a foul anyway. Defender's gone down with one of the Chelsea players straight away. Who is it? It's Mason Mount, and it's Azpilicueta and Botman. Botman's just fallen over. Anyway, referee's bought it, given the free kick, and they've taken it short. And Chelsea are pushing up high and pressing. Get over there, Pulisic. He does. Force them back was Botman on his heels back to the goalkeeper on his 6-yard box. They've worked it well. Chelsea got too much space between Mount, Pulisic and Havertz. Anyway, Jose Font now swings the ball out to the left-hand side to the left back. Thiago Giallo takes the ball down, back to Botman on the edge of his own box. And Botman's shut down by Pulisic, goes back to the goalkeeper, takes the touch by the penalty spot, launches it out to the right wing. Alonso's underneath it, doesn't win the header. They head it forward to David, the centre forward. And Chelsea doing well to force them backwards, back to Font, and he's going back to Botman on the edge of his own box. Chelsea pressing up, trying to shut them down, working across. Havertz goes as it goes out to the left back. They play it up the line. There's Aspi. And there's Conte winning it back, supporting them up to Pulisic. Doesn't win the header, but there's going to be Jorginho. Steps in and wins the ball back halfway inside their half. Finds Mason Mount. Left to centre. Puts it out to Alonso. Back inside Jorginho. Top of the centre circle. Looking for a ball over the top to Havertz, but it's just picked off by the centre back. Play it into midfield. Play it square, then backwards. Chelsea pushing on and doing well. Play it up to halfway, and well done, Thiago Silva shuts down Bamba, but they win it back again, and they've played a nice little 10-yard triangle here. It's a left wing, trying to play a ball up the line to Burak, who's making a run up the line, but Chalobah shuts them down. Well done. Lille throw him, halfway inside of our half. Left wing, short to Burak, gets it back. Back into Burak, flicks the ball forward. Rudiger's underneath it, wins it. Pulisic doesn't win the header, but the ball comes out to Alonso. Big high ball up. Botman up against Kai Havertz. Havertz gets his body in the way of him. Well done. And brings the ball under control. But both grappling with each other, and Botman's come out on top. Lille play the ball forward into midfield. Conte takes out their midfielder, who nutmegs Conte, and Conte takes him out. Free kick. Their players are moaning like Mario at the referee about no yellow cards being given. Conte's in a position where he's saying to the bloke, play it round me. He plays it through his legs. Clatters into Conte. Conte falls over. He can't really go anywhere. And the bloke's moaning that he should be booked. He didn't get booked, Conte. Referee says go away, play on. And they play on, but go backwards to centre half, Font. But he's allowed to come up to the bottom of the centre circle. Plays it into Burak, lays the ball out to the right wing. Chelsea shutting them down. Mason Mount's fouled one of their players off the ball. Referee's bought it again, right as centre. They take it quickly out to the right-hand side to Bamba. Up the line, overlap, cross comes in, penalty spot to David, free header, and he's headed it 10 yards wide and not off the pitch. They collect the loose ball. Goodmanson, left wing, up against Aspi. 10 yards from the corner flag. Takes Aspi on. Cross comes out to the back post. Alonso's underneath it. Doesn't win the header. Lille keep hold of possession. Out to the right wing now. Bamba to the byline. Up against Alonso. Stands him up. Does well. He's tried to dive in. Alonso sold himself. Cross comes into Burak. Headed a yard wide. But I think he's offside. Deary me. Alonso's doing great. He's just standing up, making him play it. And then he steps forward to make the challenge. And they just go round him. And the header from Burak is just drifting. He heads it from dead centre of the 6-yard box, about 12 yards out, and it's just curling away from goal. Mendy was worried. He's over, diving, and the ball goes a yard wide. To be fair, it was always going wide, and it went wide. Thank God for that. Someone's down for Lille on the right-hand side. Injury to the thigh. There's genuine concern. Never mind. Doing all right so far. Chelsea could just do another little goal here. I know they got scored 2. But Lille are going to come out at us this half. They're going to attack us. Need to start picking them off. Find the spaces. We just got to be... we got to play and we got to be a little bit... what's the word I'm looking for here? Intelligent. So if you see the left back from them push on forward, supported by the midfielder in the left of centre, and they push in that space, just go in behind them. Find yourself 10 yards worth of space around you and give someone an option to pass to you. Just on the replay of Burak's header again, it was nowhere near on target. It looked worse than it was from this camera angle. But when you see the ball from behind this end of the goal, looking down the pitch, his header was always going wide. Anyway, Chelsea possession played forward into midfield, Jorginho to Chalobah, into Conte, to Pulisic, who's lost it, and Goodmanson left wing, driving forwards, the edge of our box, cross comes in, square, over everyone, and Rudiger lets it run, now runs onto it. Rudiger driving forward as he does, that left-hand side, over halfway, outside his right foot even, back to Botman, and Botman just lays it back to the goalkeeper, who plays it short to his left back. Chelsea's all over him, but they managed to get away with it. Back to the keeper, who takes another loose touch, shut down by Pulisic, just plays the ball out of play. Deary me. Botman was caught. He's limping, but who cares? He got a knee at the bottom of his bum. He's rubbing his bum, bless him. That's quite... I'm sure there's a word for that muscle, but to me it's his bum. As Kai Havertz went to shut him down, he gave him a knee. He didn't actually give him a knee or anything. Anyway. So, it's a Chelsea throw-in. 10 yards inside their half on the left wing. Smash the like button for me, people. 82 likes so far. 18 more needed for 100. Welcome to the stream. George Michael Alonso takes it up the line. Havertz collects it by the corner flag. Holds it up under pressure. Back to Alonso. He's trying to hold it up under pressure as well and does well to play it back. Back was to Rudiger, but the referee's now given a free kick for something. I don't know what he's given it for. So the ball went out of play. Yeah, went out of play. So it's now a Lille throw-in. And I'm now looking at Lille, David, who's the centre forward. And the Lille players are moaning there's no substitution being made. The guy's about to take the throw-in. The right back is injured. And he's still on the pitch. And they're asking him to take the throw-in. Botman's still holding his bum. He's still not happy. We've got 2 players injured in their back 4 here. Anyway, they played it across to the left back. Halfway inside his own half. Chelsea coming out to meet them and force it back inside. Botman, who's got a problem with his bum, has just kicked the ball out of play. He's going down. He's done something. I thought Kai Havertz, as he challenged him, might have kneed him in the bottom of his bum cheek, where it meets the top of your leg. That's where he's rubbing, but he's down, Botman. He's in pain. And he's down. But from the replay, he doesn't touch him. I wonder if it's his hamstring. He doesn't touch him, Kai Havertz. He sort of jars. As he steps back, he jars himself. He just takes a touch and jars his... But he's in real agony here. He's down, Botman. He's a good player. He was linked with Newcastle back in January. But he's down. That was the bum muscle person. It was, Jane. That's the one. The bum muscle. I think you'll find in the in all the doctorate exams, to be a doctor, can you tell me what this muscle is called? It's called the bum muscle. You've passed. Anyway, he's up. He's still onto his bum. Substitution's going to be made by the looks of it. I think it's his hamstring. It's got to be his hamstring. But he's holding where your top of your leg meets the bottom of your bum cheek. But he's coming off, Botman. Good centre back. It's coming off for them. Was he coming off? Yeah, he is. The physio's just gesticulated, got come off. Technical stuff, yeah. Anyway, Lille have got the ball. The goalkeeper rolls out to Goodmanson, left back. Back to the goalkeeper, and he launches it up to halfway line. Thiago Silva's underneath it. Good free header. Heads it forward. Kai Havertz, Mason Mount flicks it round the corner, beats the defender to it, and gets his body in the way as well, Mason Mount. Wings off the left back, by the corner flag, inside to Pulisic. Trying to find Kai Havertz on the edge. Can't find him. They get the ball away, but Jorginho mops up. Finds Aspi. Into the feet of Pulisic. Allowed to turn. 20 yards from goal. Right wing. Back to Chalobah. Nice and simple. Back to Thiago Silva. Back over halfway. Inside of our half. Au revoir to Thiago Silva. He plays a great ball to Aspi from the byline. Comes inside and finds Pulisic on the edge of the box. Brought down. Referee's all over it. It's the right-hand side of centre. That's it, Augustus Gloop. Right-hand side of centre it is. And Burak is going mental. And he's effing and jeffing at the referee here. Referee's telling him to calm himself. He's still mouthing off him. Book him. Simple. He's mouthing off because Chalobah had him by the back of his shirt as he tried to make a run for the ball. He went down because that's what they do. These players from other countries, bless them. They feel a bit of contact and fall over. He was pulled back, to be fair. So they've actually lost. They've lost Lille. They've lost their right back and Botman. Two of their back four have gone off and been replaced through injury. The first one was obviously Botman with his bum muscle. And the other one was the right back with his thigh. And they're all trying to get themselves organised at the moment. Jose Font stepped over. Seen a bit of an argument amongst the Lille players and a bit of a huddle as Chelsea are discussing this free kick with the referee. Timothy Weir's come on for Selic. So Chelsea's free kick is 25 yards from goal. It's 5 yards inside the width of the penalty box, if you can imagine where that position would be. So this is how far wide the penalty box is. It's just inside, about 5 yards inside the width of it, but 25 yards from goal. On the right-hand side. Alonso's over it, eyeing this up. Is it too far out for him? Also Mason Mount's there. Pulisic's right in front of the free kick taker. There's a two-man wall, which looks like it's Jorginho and Azpilicueta. Chalobah, Havertz and Rudiger on the edge, but Alonso shoots and hits the wall again. Comes out to Tony Rudiger, who puts a swinger on it, right foot swinger, and the ball goes wide. Unlucky. Alonso's free kick's been woeful tonight. Unlucky from Rudiger. Tried to just get his leg around the ball. Anyway, Lille taking the goal kick. The goalkeeper is Jardin. And Hatim Ben Arfa is still on the bench. Why is he not playing? He's a good player. Anyway, their goal kick and Burak wins it above Chalobah. But Chalobah's been caught off the ball and he's down. Referee saying play on. He's holding onto his face as well. Now the referee spots it. Blows up. They're all going mad, the Lille players. Burak's done him off the ball. Elbow. Let's have a look. He goes up, elbows him. He jumps above him to win the header, but he catches Chalobah in the face with his leading arm. Chalobah's actually down, holding onto the side of his face. And now Tuchel's having a go at their bench, doing all this to Tuchel. He's doing this to their bench. Stop talking. Chalobah's down. There's 7 Lille players around Chalobah. So Chelsea players now getting around as well. It seems like every player on the pitch is around the referee at the moment and Chalobah on the floor. Lille don't like this, but he won the header fair and square, but he's caught Chalobah at the same time. This is good because you're disturbing Lille's rhythm in the game. They're getting frustrated. The goal right on like 3 minutes into added time in the first half has killed them. Lille. They were on a buzz. They were on a high because they'd scored. They got it to 1-2 on aggregate, and they were up on a high. And then the killer blow from pulisic right on half time has taken the wind out of their sails. They've now had 2 injuries to their back four. They're now moaning at every single opportunity, and it's playing right into Chelsea's hands. Drop a like on the stream for me, people. 5 more to reach 100, which would be amazing. Thank you so much. The referee says drop ball. Lille had possession and gives it back to them. Chelsea allow it, and they go back to the centre half, who's 10 yards inside his own half. Plays it out to the left-hand side to Gudmundsson. Chelsea working across from left to right. Goes back to their centre half, and Chalobah's back on. Sprints back into position. Fair play to him. Font now, 5 yards inside his own half. Comes over halfway. Plays a little ball inside. Conte's trying to shut him down. Playing it back across the centre-backs. The one that's just come on. Out to Gudmundsson. First time ball up the line. They found Weir. Up against Chalobah. Stand up. Don't dive in. Do not dive in. Just stand up and make him play it. And he does. He makes him play it backwards. Gudmundsson. Pulisic trying to shut him down. Cross comes in. Cleared at the near post by Chalobah. Well done, Mason Mount. Lays it back to Conte. Blasts the ball away. Back inside their half to Onana, who's on for Botman. Playing it across to the right-hand side now. Lille working on the right wing. They've done well. Little 1-2. They're in down the right-hand side, but it's Burak out there on the right wing. Takes on Rudiger, plays the ball off of him, and it goes out for a throw, a corner to Lille. Thank you very much. 100 likes. Appreciate it. Thank you. They take it quickly. Burak, cross comes in. Free header. They've hit the post. Deary me. All the Chelsea players stood still. Thiago Silva can't believe it. He went off for a corner. Burak ran after the ball, put it down and took it quick. Got the ball back. Cross comes in. Free header from the midfielder. Everyone stood still. If anything, David, the centre forward, has got in the way of the midfielder. It's come off the top of his head and it's hit the post. Everyone's standing still, including Mendy, and Chelsea clear it away. Big let off for Chelsea. Switch on again. And Lille are coming forward again with Bamba. Into David on the right wing. Bamba's been taken out. Referee says play on. Back to the midfielder. They switch it out to this left-hand side. 25 yards out. Edge of our box. Gudmundsson. Back inside. Loose pass to Weir. Collects it. Back into midfield. Out to the right-hand side now. Bamba up against Alonso. Stand up. Don't dive in. Stand up. And he does. Cross comes in. Easy for Mendy. Food and drink. Right down his throat. Collects it. Nice and simple. But a great piece of play from Lille there. Chelsea just completely switched off. Waiting to reset after the corner was given. They took it quick. Cross comes in. Midfielder unmarked. And Thiago Silva is having a go at everyone saying, switch on. You've switched off. Why are you switched off? Anyway, completely free header for the midfielder and he's hit the post. Chelsea get away with it there anyway. So, Chelsea had given away a free kick. 5 yards inside our own half. And Lille going to take it left to centre. They play it out to left-back position. Their manager's up on the sideline, encouraging people to go forward. They play a ball over the line, up over the top, looking for Weir. Well done, Chalobah. Comes across, plays it off of him. Like he was in down the line, but well done. Plays it off of him for a Chelsea throw-in. Chelsea goal kick even. Throw-in. Look at me. Mendy to take it. Takes his time. Strolls to the middle of his 6-yard box. Puts the ball down. Got Thiago Silva immediately to his right. Tells Silva to go away. Silva's not moving. Now he gives it to him. Now shut down by Burak. Plays it out to Chalobah. And the rest of the little front line weren't with Burak. Didn't shut him down. So Chelsea got time to play it around. Back to Chalobah. Back to Silva. Back to Mendy. He's being shut down. Back to Rudiger. He's being shut down. To Alonso on the byline. Back to Rudiger. First time pass. Comes off of them. Goes out of play for a Chelsea goal kick. Well worked. Rudiger's having to go at someone for not moving. But your pass was shocking anyway. Didn't beat the defender. Launch it up the line. Don't drill it ball straight into him and then moan at someone that didn't make a move. You got to find them first. Anyway, the manager's doing this. Referee is saying you're wasting time. He's saying ref, wasting time. 25 minutes to go and he's claiming that Mendy's wasting his time. Mendy's actually had a missile thrown at him. and he's saying to the referee, missile's just thrown at me. I think it's a lighter. He's giving it to the referee now. The referee's saying to him, thank you very much. The referee throws it off the pitch behind the goal, says to Mendy, carry on. Doesn't go and report it. Anyway, there's all sorts of missiles being thrown. Anyway, Mendy now steps up to his 6-yard box, launches it. Big one. High. Mason Mount doesn't win it against Jose Font. But Aspi wins the second ball. Havertz flicks the ball forward. Goes after it himself on the left wing. Nice little shoulder barge into the defender. Referee doesn't like it. Any form of contact, don't like it. Blows up for a free kick. Shocking. So it's a 50-50 shoulder barge and Havertz won it. Anyway, they play it across from right to left back. Back inside to Onana, who's just come on. Jose Font, top of the centre circle. Back out to his colleague on the left-hand side, and Mason Mount's after him. Left-hand side now. Chelsea do well to win it with Aspi and then pulisic, but they come back in and win the ball back. Bottom of the centre circle, ball over the top right wing, looking for Bamba. Up against Alonso, you got to win it, and he does, Alonso. Well done. Brings it down, then wins the free kick. Well done, Marcus Alonso. Bamba's fuming with the fourth official. Effing and jeffing. Referee's time to move away. Bamba's now on the referee's face. Deary me, he's going right at the referee, and the referee's giving it back to him. Fair play to the ref. Referee's having no nonsense whatsoever. But Chelsea doing well. Alonso done well there. The referee's assistant just stood there staring at the bloke as he's right in his face, giving him some. Anyway, Mendy launched the ball up the left wing. Havertz underneath it, doesn't win it. They head it forward, and then they play it forward from midfield over everybody else. Goes out of play for Chelsea throw-in. We're 20 yards from the halfway line, left-hand side. Alonso to take it. Taking his time. Plays the ball into Conte, gives it away. But then Chelsea win it back on halfway. And Pulisic from left-hand side. Plays it out to the right-hand side to Aspi. Holds the ball up, plays the ball back inside to Jorginho. Loose touch, gives the ball away. Halfway inside their half. Lille play the ball over the top left wing. Conte's tackled Zexa, whatever his name is. They're all moaning about the tackle off the ball. He's gone down. Referee said free kick. No booking. Good challenge. Didn't actually give a free kick. It's a throw for Chelsea, taken by Azpilicueta high over everyone. But what's happened here? What's referee blown up for now? He's saying to Azpilicueta to retake the throw-in. He's asking to retake the throw-in, but everyone was ready and he took the throw-in quick. Honestly, it's a joke. He takes it inside the pitch to Mason Mount, who plays it out to Alonso, back to Rudiger, goes back to the keeper, but he's under pressure and he launched it first time. Well done, Mendy. High, over Font. Mason Mount against him, gives him a shoulder charge and goes round him. Well done, Mount. Holds the ball up, 10 yards from the corner flag. And just nice and simple, back to Alonso. Back out to Mount, inside Jorginho, 25 yards out. Tries to find Alonso. Doesn't, dives in with a challenge, but comes away with it. The little player, Jorginho caught him, but then Rudiger went in and Chelsea win back possession. It goes back to Thiago Silva, to Jorginho, into the feet of Mount, that left channel, collects the ball, halfway inside their half and plays it out to Alonso. Havertz busy, coming towards the ball and finds him. Lays it off to Jorginho, halfway inside their half, plays a raking ball out to the right wing to Aspi, because no one with him. Now Pulisic comes over to help him. He gives it to him. Corner of the box, right-hand side. Pulisic, two up against him. Holds it up back to Chalobah. First time pass inside Jorginho. Chelsea doing what they did for the goal earlier. Playing it from left to right, right to left. And it goes out to Alonso. Alonso now. Level the edge of the box. Inside to Mount. Mount goes back to Alonso. Havertz goes up the line. Finds him. Back to Alonso. Nice and simple. Back to Rudiger. First time ball into Jorginho. Little one-touch passing to play around their press. And we've worked it out to Thiago Silva. Out to Chalobah. Comes out. Chalobah. He's got Aspi on the right wing. Goes back inside to Conte. Thiago Silva now plays a sweeping ball out to Marcus Alonso. Heads it forward and Mason Mount is there. Free. Left wing. Mason Mount. Cross comes into the far post. Azpilicueta! Come on! Azpilicueta comes in at the far post on the half volley, and he volleys it on the half volley into the top corner, and it's 2-1. Come on! Get in! Well played. Chelsea did really, really well to do what they did for the goal previously. It goes out to the right-hand side. It then comes back to the left-hand side. And the ball, raking balls played out to the left-hand side from Thiago Silva to Alonso. Wins the header, but Mason Mount gambles that Alonso would win it. And he runs into the space in behind the left back, the right back, who goes to challenge Alonso. Mount collects the ball. He takes a touch. He's 6 yards from the byline. He looks up and he plays the ball low across the 6-yard box. It beats Havertz at the near post. Azpilicueta's coming on the back post. And Azpilicueta, it comes off of his knee and goes into the top corner. And that's it. 4-1. Game over. And Mason Mount says to Azpi straight away, up there's the Chelsea fans. Come over here and let's celebrate. And as he does, Azpi's given this, and Mason Mount looks at the Chelsea fans and he's giving it all this, Mason Mount. Come on! You heard my voice from the kitchen? Marvellous. Hopefully it wasn't too loud. Anyway, that's 2-1. Come on. So, Lille, with the kickoff, have gone backwards. It's ended up going back to the goalkeeper, who launched it over halfway. Thiago Silva, great ball from him to Alonso. And we play it forward, but offside. Anyway, Lille have got a free kick. 18 minutes to go. Lille need to score 3. Chelsea go and get a third. Make some changes now. Azpi took it well off his knee. So they've played it across their back line from right to left. And now Azpi's going to chase them down and makes a foul. Goodmanson is being warned by the referee, Azpilicueta. They're going to take it quick. And they do. Now the change is being made. Jorginho's coming off for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Lukaku's coming on, probably for Kai Havertz, who's run his socks off yet again. Jorginho, great ball for the goal for Pulisic in the first half. Comes off. Replaced by Loftus-Cheek. The Rolls Royce that is Loftus-Cheek. And it's Christian Pulisic who's coming off for Lukaku. Get your goal, Lukaku. Get your confidence back. Going to need you between now and the end of the season scoring. If we have any hope of silverware, get your goal. Anyway, Lille got the ball and just launched it forward. Rudiger's underneath it, free header. Heads it forward. Conte chests it down to Alonso, plays it out to Mason Mount, plays it off of their player right out on the wing, halfway inside of our half. Lille's body language, their heads have dropped. They're all literally, you can tell they know they're beaten. They know they're beaten. Chelsea with the throw-in from Alonso, halfway inside of our half, finds Kai Havertz, flicks it up to Lukaku, but he can't hold it up. Font steps in and wins it off of him. They play it forward. We play it forward again. It comes off of their player, and it's another Chelsea throw-in. About 15 yards inside of our half. Got to do better, Lukaku. Use your strength. He claims he's not a focal point up front, but look at the size of the bloke. He's got to do better, surely. I keep saying it on my channel. And as for winning headers, he can win a free header all day long, but up against the defender, he can't win anything for toffee. Anyway, Chelsea gone back to Mendy, who's launched it out to the right-hand side. And well done. Kai Havertz working hard has forced a throw-in for Chelsea, just over halfway. So, Azpi takes the throw-in long, high, looking for a run off the ball of Mason Mount. They clear it away into their midfield. Chelsea crowd them out on halfway and win the ball back, but Tony Rudiger has caught Bamba on the back of the head. Referee said free kick, and it is. Bamba's got a sore ear. Now Rudiger is having what for with Andre. So the midfielder spotted Rudiger and mouthed off at him. So what did Rudiger do? He wants to get involved, doesn't he? Just leave it be, for God's sake. Anyway, referee says play on, and Chelsea win back possession. Conte over halfway. Alonso's got acres of space on the left-hand side. Alonso, cross comes in towards the back post, over everybody. Kai Havertz went near post. Lukaku went dead centre. And he went over everyone. And the ball's going out to the far side, and Azpilicueta is trying to win the ball back, stop it from going out of play. Goodmanson's trying to see the ball out, spots Azpilicueta, steps across him. Azpi just takes him out. then gets up, gives him a pat on the back, and runs off. Anyway, they've played it forward again, and Chelsea have won it back, and Conte is driving through their midfield to the edge of the box. He's done so well, Conte, to recover the ball and keep going. He's ridden. He's been on the floor twice. He's got up and still had possession, and he's run from the halfway line out towards the left-hand side, the left wing. He's gone over twice, got up, kept hold of possession, ridden challenges, and he's gone out for a Chelsea throw-in by the corner flag. Brilliant from Conte. Outstanding. We take the throw back to Rudiger. Now Ben Arfa comes on for Lille. He comes out to the right-hand side. Aspi. Back to Chalobah. Lays the ball off to Azpilicueta. Inside to Havertz. Little flick to Lukaku. Tries to flick it back to Havertz. They win it back and they play it out to the right wing, but too far ahead of Bamba. Rudiger plays it off of him. Well done. Goes out of play for a Chelsea throw-in on the halfway line. And now 3 substitutions are being made by Lille. Chelsea need to keep themselves alert, obviously. David, the centre forward's coming off for them. He's been their top scorer. He's a dangerous player. He's coming off. Jonathan David has done nothing in the game. Yes, so Hatim Ben Arfa couldn't get a game with Newcastle. Can't get a game with Lille. And Goodmanson, the left back, who's been in the wars the last couple of minutes. He's coming off. And Braderick is coming on. And Bamba's going off. They're taking their main attacking threat off. Angel Gomez is coming on. So, got ourselves about 15 to go with injury time. Chelsea throwing, taken short. Alonso, Loftus-Cheek gets it back, just skies it to Thiago Silva under pressure, under a little bit of pressure, just heads it forwards. Loftus-Cheek finds Chalobah, finds Aspi, back to Chalobah, launches it forward to Lukaku, can't win the header against someone who's about a foot less than him. They head it forward, it comes to Kante, brings it down but loses possession, but there's Loftus-Cheek to mop up, steps in front of the player who's trying to come forward, screens the ball, wins it, and wow, Villarreal are 1-0 up against Juve. Gerard Moreno, the guy that scored against us a few times, he scored against Juve. Big goal, big goal. Anyway, Chelsea have played the ball out to the left-hand side and they've seen it out play for a throw-in. They take it short, play it forward. It's mopped up by Thiago Silva. Loftus-Cheek, Conte, nice little triangles. Havertz, acres of space. Shoots low down, wastes it really. Easy for the keeper. Just collects it nice and simple. Then rolls it out to his left back. Shut down by Aspi straight away. And then also supported by Lukaku. They play it forward up the line. And there's Loftus-Cheek. There's Lukaku working across. Makes a foul, but good to see Lukaku's working. Good. Get yourself back in favour, mate. That's what you got to do. Graft like everybody else does. Don't just stand there and expect the world to fall at your feet. Anyway, 78 gone. Their left back takes a long ball up the left wing over everybody. Now Burak goes after it, but Chalobah just sees him coming, heads it away. It's a Lille throw-in. The chair's falling down as well. They take it short, backwards. Then they flick it forwards, but Thiago Silva's there to read it. Into Loftus-Cheek, has been fouled off the ball right in the base of his back. Referee spots it once again, blows his whistle. They love the whistles in the Champions League. I thought the referee was bad last night. This one, blowing his whistle. Honestly. Anyway, Chelsea take the free kick short. It's gone back to Chalobah. Inside to Conte. They're pressing high. Goes back to Thiago Silva. Up to Mason Mount. He heads it forward looking for Lukaku, but the header was poor. They mop up and go back to the goalkeeper. Plays it back out to the right-hand side. Shut down by Mount. Goes around Mount, but Mount's working back now. They play it into midfield, and there's Conte. They go backwards, and there's Mount pressing. There's Lukaku going. There's also Havertz as well, and the goalkeeper launches it over halfway. Thiago Silva free header. Tries to find Loftus-Cheek, who can't control it, and they win the ball back. Lille, forward, left channel, over halfway, into our half, out to his left-hand side. Ben Arfa flicks it into Burak, goes for a 1-2, ignores him. Back into midfield, Burak, 1-2s again, gets it, but can't control it. Chalobah tries to clear it. It hits Loftus-Cheek. Ben Arfa, edge of the box, left-hand side. Tries to take on Azpilicueta, who does what Azpilicueta does. Gets his body in the way As Ben Arthur tries to run around him, he's just holding his position, Aspi, and then he falls over by the byline. Referee buys it and says, goal kick, Chelsea. Well done, Azpilicueta. Outstanding. I'm reading reports about Azpilicueta that Chelsea have triggered a 1-year extension to his contract because he's played more than 30 games this season, and he's asking to be released from it to go to Barcelona. If he goes Azpilicueta, then he goes with my wishes, because I think the bloke has just been different class from day one. Anyway, Chelsea take the free kick, or the goal kick. Thiago Silva finds Loftus-Cheek, finds Aspi, gets it back to Loftus-Cheek, does a little step over to beat the defender who's up against him, into Kai Havertz, back to Thiago Silva. They're pressing high now. Chelsea did play it around them and we'll open them up. But we're playing it just across the back line. We're not done well. Haven't done well there. Out to Aspi. He's under pressure. He goes out of play. And Tuchel's going mad at his players. They're pushing high. All you've got to do is play around their press and you're in. They're committing 6-7 players forwards to press here. Anyway, went out for a header and Chelsea managed to win back possession and Kai Havertz wins it. Centre circle. Takes his time. Lays it off to Rudiger. There they go. They're pressing. They're trying to follow our midfield as we drop in. Goes up to Mason Mount, who does well under pressure to hold off a challenge. Wins the free kick on the halfway line. Font's fouled him. Now another Chelsea change is Hakim Ziyech is coming on for Kai Havertz. Havertz run his socks off all game. He's brilliant, Kai Havertz. 22 years old. Different class. The referee's told him, he's literally left side of centre. The referee's told him, you can't go back this way and go and shake his hand. Go back off the pitch to the far side and walk round. Honestly, this referee's just a job's worth. Absolute job's worth. He'd probably shop his wife in for a tax disc being expired. He's disgusting. Anyway, so we take the free kick with Rudiger out to the right-hand side to Azpilicueta, who just collects the ball, nice and simple, lays it off to Loftus-Cheek, Conte. Ziyech first touch is good between two defenders, but Loftus-Cheek tries to play a deep ball over the top and slices it like a sandwich, just goes up in the air. Lille win it back, then Conte steps in front, midfielder falls over for Lille, deep inside his own half, gives a free kick away, and Lille are trying to rush this possession. Now they're pushing 7-8 players forward. They play out to the right-hand side, to the right back. Mason Mount's there, over there, by the halfway line. Gets the foot in. But they win back the ball after a deflection. It goes back to the centre half. There's Ziyech shutting him down. He moves forward. There goes Lukaku. Onana plays it out to his left-hand side. Halfway line, Lille. Out to left back, who's halfway inside of our half now. Comes inside into a condensed area. Chelsea working hard in their defensive shape. And Lille have managed to find it to Ben Arthur. Edge of the box, left-hand side. Forced out wide. They go backwards. 25 yards from goal. Switch it out to the right-hand side now. Alonso one-on-one with a wing-back. Stand up. Don't dive in. Don't sell yourself. He does nothing. He beats him. Rudiger comes out to meet him and he gets the ball away. Then Alonso clears it. Up to Lukaku. Holds it up and gives it to Hakim Ziyech. Lukaku spins away. Ziyech now just plays it outside of him to left-hand side to Mason Mount. Mount. Crap ball from Ziyech. There's no pace on it. Mount done well to win a free kick off it or throw in. And it's a Chelsea throw in 10 yards inside their half. Well done, Mason Mount. Alonso, honestly, he stands there and he's showing the defender, like the attacker, where to go. The attacker goes there. He can't tackle him. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Chelsea have taken the throw in across from left to right to Chalobah, out to Azpilicueta, back to Chalobah, Loftus-Cheek, back to Chalobah. Now Burak goes to shut him down. Long ball over the top looking for Lukaku, who's 10 yards in front of him. Easy for the goalkeeper. Villarreal have scored twice. I think it's now 3-2 Villarreal at Juve. Juve are going out. Anyway, Andre collects the ball, 10 yards inside of our half, but he's forced back over halfway backwards to his centre half. 5 minutes to go plus injury time. Lille need 3 goals. Not going to happen. Anyway, they're still working hard, and Chelsea is still working hard with Conte to try and shut them down. Lille pick up the loose ball. Man over on the right wing. The fullback plays the ball inside to Ben Arthur, who comes across Alonso. Alonso doesn't dive in. Well done. Force them backwards. Ben Arthur comes square, 25 yards from goal. And then Loftus-Cheek steps up but bottles out of a tackle. Anyway, they win back possession and go back to halfway to Jose Font. Plays it up to the right wing. Halfway inside of our half. Cross comes in easy for Thiago Silva. Just to head it down to Rudiger. Takes a touch. Under no pressure. And Conte, different class. Shut down. Flicks the ball away from the defender. And he's round him. And now pass it out to Mason Mount. Holding the ball up on the halfway line. Left wing. Gives it away. But immediately goes back out there and wins it back. Well done, Mason Mount. Then the Lille player tries to shut down Conte. Falls over. Referee says play on. Rudiger's got possession. Looking for a big pass. Chelsea pushed up. Lille pushed up right up to halfway. Everything's being played in about a 30-yard radius at the moment. Chelsea keep playing the ball out looking for Alonso and Mason Mount on the left wing, and we don't win it. And they're coming down our left-hand side. Oh, playing it inside. Back out to the left wing. Conte's out there now because Alonso's trying to track back. Gets to the byline. Well done, Alonso. He's actually come across. Alonso's done well. He's come over. He's come across and he's blocked it off and it's gone out for a corner. So, they take it quickly. Wasted. Ben Arthur's over it. Right hand side. Our left wing. Cross comes in. Weird situation. The cross comes in. And the midfielder who took when they had the earlier corner earlier, he held it against the post when it was 2-1. He heads it from a forward position outside of the near post, but heads it back the way it came. Straight out of play for a Chelsea goal kick. Now they're pushed right up on the edge of our box here, and Mendy still rolls it out to Thiago Silva, who plays it in between their press and finds N'Golo Conte in acres of space, who plays it out to Azpilicueta. Brings it down by the halfway line. Back inside to Loftus-Cheek. Holds off 2 challenges. Back to Azpi. Back to Chalobah. The will's gone from Lille here. They're pressing. They're trying to close down. But you can tell they're just seeing the game out. Chelsea are managing this brilliantly. Playing around their press. Little triangles. Silva now finds Loftus-Cheek. Centre circle. Taken out on the halfway line. Referee spots it. Free kick. Chelsea players just walk past the ball. Let Thiago Silva step up on the halfway line. Play a little 10-yard ball to his left-hand side to Rudiger. Out to Marcos Alonso. Back to Rudiger. Inside's Conte. Just over the halfway line. Ball over the top looking for Alonso. He's gone unmarked. He's going to collect it, and he does. He keeps it in play 10 yards from the corner flag. Flicks his left-hand side. Cross comes in. Doesn't beat the near post. Away from Font. Only as far as Mason Mount. Flicks it back to Rudiger. Inside's Conte. Lille are literally, they're on their bums. They're not pressing. The desire to chase the ball down is just gone. They're walking. And Chelsea are playing around them. Conte on the right wing. They crowd him out and go back to Font. Font now launches the ball forward, up the wing. Rudiger lets the attacker beat him to the header, but it goes out of play for Chelsea throwing right on the halfway line. Left wing, takes it short, quickly to Thiago Silva. Silva, little dink pass 10 yards forward to Loftus-Cheek, turns away from a challenge Loftus-Cheek and plays with the outside of his right foot outside to Azpilicueta. Goes past the challenge, inside to Hakim Ziyech on the edge. He tried to take on his left foot and bring it inside and beat the defender, but the defender gets the ball away. Loftus-Cheek now. Holding off 2 challenges, been caught in the back by Burak, goes down Loftus-Cheek. Well played, well done. Chelsea free kick, taken quickly by Ziyech, back to Thiago Silva. First time ball to Conte. Chalobah. They're still pressing, they're trying to. In their own box, their own defensive areas, and they've won it back. They play it up to halfway. Chalobah wins a good header and finds Conte unmarked. Plays it back to Azpi. Back to Thiago Silva, and the wheel's gone from Lille. They're all walking. Burak's just walking, head down. He knows the game's gone. Anyway, they've won back possession inside their own half. 4 minutes of added time, and they've given the ball away again. Chelsea collect it inside of our half, halfway with Rudiger. Strides forward, plays it into Hakim Ziyech, who collects it and plays the ball over the top. Great ball to Alonso. Lukaku's wide open. Cross is awful from Alonso. Awful ball. Great play from Hakim Ziyech. He's running towards his own goal. 10 yards inside his own half. He looks. Plays a great left-footed pings it over the top to Alonso, runs onto it, and he kicks it into the floor as he crosses it. Just drill it across to Lukaku, and that's a goal. Kicks it into the floor, takes the pace off it. The defender could just get the ball away. Deary me. I know Alonso's been out and he's probably knackered, but he's got to do better than that, surely. Anyway, take the throw in short, and it goes back to Thiago Silva. Halfway inside their half, just looking for a ball out, and finds Conte. Conte finds Mason Mount. Level the edge of the box, left wing. Back inside to Conte. Inside to Loftus-Cheek. Rudiger. Loftus-Cheek again. Chelsea's toying with Lille now. Lille's just, their pace and their press is gone. Completely gone. Conte now with space. Drives through the box. Plays the ball inside. Alonso tries to chip the goalkeeper. Saves it. Comes out to Mason Mount. Great play from Conte. Mount tries to turn the defender. He's beating him. Gets to the byline. Mount plays the ball inside. Easy for the goalkeeper to collect it. Hakim Ziyech was trying to get there ahead of him. Rolls it straight out to the midfielder. He plays it out to the left-hand side. Coming forward, Lille now. Burak's up the line asking for it ignored. Play it inside. Little 2-yard passes. Little drag back. Conte takes them out. Free kick. Level with 10 yards inside their half. Left-hand side of the centre circle. They take it out to the left wing, get the ball back. Now swing it out to the right-hand side. 10 yards forward. Looking for a ball over the top to Burak. It goes over him. Aspie's just trying to see the ball out. Burak can't be asked to chase it. Goes out of play for a Chelsea throw-in 10 yards from the corner flag. And we're seeing the Lille fans with their scarves aloft, singing their name. Fair play to them. Lille. Great league win last season. Their squad's been a bit decimated in the summer. Anyway, Aspie takes a long throw-in up to Lukaku. And you won't be surprised when I tell you this. He didn't win the header. I don't understand how someone like that, of his stature, his size, can't win headers. Anyway, it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. He launches it forward, and Azpilicueta shows Lukaku how to win it. But referee's flagged up for offside. We've got a minute and 20 minutes to go. A minute and 20 minutes to go, even. That's 21 minutes. I think you'll find it's a minute and 20 seconds to go. Tuchel and his assistants are now laughing and joking with each other. Chelsea safely through to the quarterfinals. Anyway, we take the free kick quickly to Thiago Silva. Plays it forward to Mason Mount at halfway. Heads it back to Rudiger. Back inside to Thiago Silva. Little 10-yard pass to Loftus-Cheek. First time ball to Chalobah. Ball over the top. Looking for Ziyech. They get in and win the header, the first header. And the second one, but then Aspie steps in and wins the ball. Well done. Now Mason Mount finds Lukaku one-on-one with Font. Goes around him, but has been tackled on the edge of the box. Taken out. Honestly. Lukaku, brilliant. Little step over, beats Font. Drags it to his right-hand side to go in, to literally get in. He's in on goal. Right on the edge. He's taken out Lukaku. Dangerous free kick to Chelsea. Right on the edge of the 18-yard box. Right corner. As you look at their box, the right corner of the D. That's where the ball is, right on the edge. Lukaku beat Font hands down. Step over, shimmy. Font went this way, dragged his foot out and took him out. Otherwise, Lukaku was in and you'd hope he would have scored, but God knows. Anyway, Chelsea free kick. We're into added time on the end of injury time. Be one opportunity to take this free kick and the referee's going to blow up and it's going to be a good performance and a good result for Chelsea, this one. Considering the early doors, well, considering the first half, a stupid penalty to give away by Jorginho. The killer blow was the pulisic goal on the 3 minutes into added time on the first half. And then Aspie. So, free kick for Chelsea. Alonso, Ziyech, Mason Mount are over it. Alonso takes it over the bar. Awful. And that will be it. And that is it. The game is over. Chelsea are through to the quarter-final. Thank you, Paul. I'll see you soon. Quarter-final of Champions League with a good performance and a good victory. 2-1 on the night. 4-1 on aggregate. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And that's us through. So let's check these scores as we see them, as they come through. So let's just check. Villarreal won 3-0 on the night. The first game, 3-0 they won. Wow. So Villarreal go through against Juve. They beat Juve 4-1 on aggregate. So Chelsea, Villarreal are through to the knockout round, along with Atletico Madrid and Benfica. And in the games from last week, Liverpool, Man City. Who else was through? I can't think who else is through. But yeah, so it's an interesting draw. Let's see what happens in the draw on Friday. Good performance from Chelsea. Real good performance from Chelsea. So we move on now to Borough at the weekend. And remember, I won't be doing live match commentary for that one because I'll be getting drunk. So it's pub time. The pub's now open. Chelsea Staff Pub is open. Welcome along. If you're a subscriber, welcome along. Good to see you in. Smash the like button for me. If you want to get involved with the chat, then make sure you check out the channel homepage. Click the join button. It only takes £1 a month to become a member and get involved in the chat on the channel here. We're going to talk Chelsea, and it could be anything to do with Chelsea. It could be Chelsea retro, Chelsea now and what's happening at the moment, and also what's happening in the future. So we can get involved with this conversation. So let me know. Thank you for being here, Jane. Appreciate it. Adios. Obviously as well, Paul as well. Thank you for being in. Apologies for the technical problems for about 10 minutes there earlier. As the Chelsea players go over and applaud the Chelsea fans who have made the trip. What a good professional performance from Chelsea, I have to say. Very, very good. Lee, good to see you, mate. I'll see you soon. But decent. So the quarter-final draw for the Champions League is on Friday morning. Let's see. So the UEFA Champions League. So, in the quarter-finals, Real Madrid. Hold on. Right, so Real Madrid are through. Bayern Munich as well. That's 2. Chelsea and Liverpool. That's 4. Villarreal, Atletico Madrid. That's 6. Benfica. And who else have I missed? Villarreal, Chelsea. Benfica, Atletico Madrid. That's 4. Real Madrid, Man City, Bayern Munich and Liverpool. That is an outstanding performance from Villarreal. Away at Juve to win 3-0 on the night. Hold on a minute. Right, so the coverage has switched over to them. The game's finished. And the Juve manager's going ballistic. He's on the pitch. He's gesticulating at somebody. I don't know he's having a go at. He's having a go at someone. Anyway. So, Premier League tonight. Brighton 0, Tottenham 2. Harry Kane and Romero for Tottenham. Currently ongoing. Arsenal 0, Liverpool 2. Firmino, Algokwana scored, and Jota. So, standings. That would mean that Liverpool go 1 point behind Man City. Man City on 70, Liverpool on 69. Chelsea got a game in hand. We win our game in hand, we go to 62. We'll be 7 points behind Liverpool and we'll be 8 points behind Man City. We're not out of it yet if we get ourselves a good run. It does us a favour because Arsenal are losing to Liverpool. Arsenal had 2 games in hand on us. They now only got 1 and they're 8 points behind as it stands. So, quarter-final draw. Who do we fancy? I think anyone, really. I don't think people want to play us. Let's read some of these comments anyway, guys. So, hi, Dale. How are you? Ozzy, thanks for being here as well. Everybody else. So, Jane, going to get the first round in. Thank you, Jane. And Wood said, a beer is ice cold, blood running hot as fire while our club is under siege. Can we discuss our current situation today? Okay. Yeah, let's discuss it. So let's talk the current situation at Chelsea. So what do you guys think of it? Do you think we're being harshly treated? Do you think that it's right that we have the sanctions imposed? I know it's a ridiculous thing to say. Here we go. So Alonso's in. Every rival keeps saying Chelsea is now over. Here's a scenario: we get bought by a Saudi bidder, and to prove a point, they buy Harry Kane, Declan Rice. Chelsea suddenly are back. I think the Saudi thing's a bit ropey at the minute because what's happened over there with the mass killings, the slaughter of people, or whatever it was. It's a ropey situation, I have to say. I think because the Saudis have bought Newcastle, I'm not too sure the Premier League will be happy with Saudis investing in another football club in light of the current situation out there, which I don't know a lot about, but I'm aware of what's happened out there with Saudi and these mass killings, which is just not great. So the good thing is with Chelsea, it's being reported there's about 10 different consortiums that want to make a bid, and the bid's got to be made by Friday to the American financial people, whoever they are. And that's the good thing. The good thing is when the sanctions were initially imposed on Chelsea, all we kept hearing was that the sale won't go through now. Everything's been stopped. The fact that we've still got a license to play football games is good. The fact that we've now got the option to sell the club, or the government still sell the club, but the only stipulation with that is that Abramovich doesn't get his money back. So if they sell it for $3 billion, he's invested $1.5-2 billion, that he won't get that money back. But he said that what he was going to do is the profits would have gone to a charitable foundation. It'd be set up for the victims of the war and the people that are struggling for the war in Ukraine. What's going to happen is the complete sale money will now go over to the war in Ukraine, supporting people and families that are affected by it. So we've got a whole different number of people that are interested in Chelsea, and that's good. But why wouldn't you be? We're the world champions. We're the current European champions. We're the team that everyone loves to hate because of what happened when Abramovich first took over. You bought the league. You did this. You did that. I think you find you can spend a lot of money, but you need to spend it wisely, and you need to build yourself a football team and a foundation. That's what Roman Abramovich did with the manager Mourinho and Ranieri before that. We looked and seized upon the fact that we got ourselves a foundation to build on. We spent money on some players, on quite a few different players, but what was key was the foundation was put in place. Petr Cech, John Terry, Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba, and we built our squad season on season around those players. Carvalho, Ferreira came in. You know, you're looking at Thiago initially coming for that season. You had Ian Robben, Damien Duff was already there. Robben joined. Then you had Drogba turned up. We already had Rudiger Johnson. So, mass big splurge from Chelsea originally with Abramovich, and then over time, just filled the holes with people. Michael Essien, Ashley Cole, Michael Ballack. You know, as people moved on, just filled those holes. But the basis and the core, the foundation of the Chelsea team, that was the core of being the most successful club in the country over the last 20 years, was built on that foundation. And it's been the same ever since. We're trying to, rebuild the foundation. And that's what everyone strives to do. Now, Chelsea were hammered by all quarters because we had loads of money. We're just spending money willy-nilly and all this sort of stuff. As I said in my response to Jamie Carragher, you look at Man United and Liverpool, they're spending over the 20-year period that Abramovich has been in charge of Chelsea, it's about the same. Yes, there was a big splurge in the beginning. After that, there was little, as I said, paper over the cracks, fill the holes in, and that was it. Man United, they've done exactly the same thing. They spent mega money, but look at the state of Man United's squad. You look at Man United's squad there, and their squad is a team of individuals. It's not a team. It's not a team that fights for each other. Man City's a team that fights for each other and has got outstanding quality at the same time. Chelsea have got a team that fights for each other, outstanding quality, but not on the Man City level at the minute, but on any given day can turn anybody over. Man City do it on a consistent basis until they have a blip and they can't understand why. But so Roman come in, spent his money, and we basically just gave you the model to follow. And this is what the likes of the Saudis, the Americans that have invested in the clubs, are trying to do. So what's happened to Abramovich personally, that's what's happened to him. Rightly so, because of Russia and what's happening with Ukraine, which nobody can condone. It's scandalous. It's a joke. It's unjust. But as far as, he owns our football club, yes. But he's invested in the community. He's invested in the academy, charities as well. And, okay, his ties with Putin can't be denied. So he got sanctioned, and as a result, we have been. But at the minute, like I say, it's backs to the walls. Everyone's going after Chelsea. Everyone wants Chelsea to fail. Everybody's looking at Chelsea and thinking, you had all this and you were like, the glory hunters and all this nonsense. And, world champions, European champions, they want to knock us down. They want to ensure that they're hoping that our club goes under, because we're the most hated club in the country, if not Europe, because we just are. That's the way it is. But you say to the likes of Tottenham, to Arsenal, to Man United now, to the likes of Everton, to those teams that are dreaming of glory. You come in and a wealthy owner comes in and spends £200-300 million like Newcastle at the minute. Are you ever going to turn around and say, no, I'm not going to support my football club? Or will you just accept it and hope and have dreams that one day that in your lifetime you're going to see them win the Premier League, then hopefully the Champions League? We saw that in our lifetime. We were lucky to do so. So, all these people that moan about Chelsea and Chelsea's money, if they're given the same option, they'll be just elated. Arsenal's had loads and loads of money over time. They haven't spent it. Arsene Wenger wouldn't spend it. So they can't be moaning, But right now, there's all sorts of nonsense being written about Chelsea, about them going under. They can't afford to pay the players. They haven't got a lot of money themselves. There'll be so many bids being made on Friday by wealthy owner or wealthy consortiums. Hopefully, Nick Candy, who's a Chelsea fan himself, he's already got the money. He's already offered a loan to Chelsea if we need it. He's a Chelsea fan. He goes to the games. He wants to be the owner of the football club with a consortium as well. And hopefully it gets sold and then we can move on and we can build for the future. So Chelsea are not going to go under. Chelsea are not going to go bust. Chelsea are not going to fold. If anything, hopefully Chelsea will continue to grow and become stronger. So ignore the nonsense you're reading. Ignore some of the crap that's being put out on YouTube and by these pundits, and it's just the nonsense. As I've spoken to you earlier about on my channel, the last couple of videos on my channel, one of them's got the thumbnail Chelsea till I die in response to Danny Baker's stupid comment stating that we were a Chelsea football club before Abramovich and we will be after. And then my response to Jamie Carragher's stupid comment the other night. So make sure you check those out. So let me read some of these comments. So Alonso, Wood said, I think it's basically the same as cancel culture, but enforced by the government, and every rival fan and pundit are getting on the Chelsea smear wagon as if this is a happy hour for Bird Winery. Brilliant quote. Aussie, unbelievable Man United not getting a trophy for its 5th season in a row, breaks their favourite son's 11-year trophy streak. Exactly. Alonso, Roman built an academy of champions, a women's team of champions, and a great history in between. It was like a fairy tale. He did what every fan dreams of doing with their club. Exactly. And if any other club, doesn't matter where they come from, what nationality they come from at the time, if they're offered a new owner that's going to invest loads of money in the football club, in the playing staff, in the academy, in the local community, of course they're going to take it. And hopefully try to be successful. What will happen is, let's look at what happens with Newcastle, how they spend their money. Because it's all well and good having loads and loads of money, but you've got to build a football team. You've got to build a squad of players, and you've got to build a team that works together and have the right blend. And that's what Chelsea's had for a number of years. So, let's see. Let's see what happens. Steve, onwards and upwards, blues the colour exactly. Woodshed exactly, Alonso. Who actually thinks Roman is happy about this? He is losing everything and being put out as a scapegoat. He didn't invade Ukraine. It's because he got links with Putin. That's the problem. So there's no smoke without fire. The government know he's got links with Putin, and that's why he's being sanctioned personally. That's why all of his assets have been taken away, including our football club, unfortunately. A lot of people are saying, Chelsea should be put to shit. They should be just, folded, all this sort of nonsense. The football club's got nothing to do with Roman Abramovich and his relationship with Putin. Chelsea got nothing to do with what's happening in Ukraine. It's a consequence of what's happening to Abramovich because of the Putin thing. And what's happening in Ukraine is just scandalous. As I said, it's scandalous, it's unjust, it's inhumane, and it's just one of the most horrible things you can imagine, what's happening to them right now. So, I mean, the sanctions, that's it. Hopefully, the government are in talks with Chelsea at the moment, and we're going to be able to sell tickets at some point. But I guess we have to wait and see. But the problem that we got right now, so Cesar Azpilicueta is now fronting up to the media after his goal, when he needed it in the far corner. But the problem is, every single press conference, every single interview that's done, it's going to refer back to what's happening at the football club, how all the players feeling, how you coping with all this, will the club go under, all this nonsense. So Chelsea went out and put a performance, because I guarantee you this right now, every single Chelsea performance while we're under these sanctions, until the club's sold and it all goes through properly, every performance is literally going to be, the world will be watching thinking fail, lose, go out the Champions League, go out the FA Cup, get beat by Middlesbrough, fade away in the Premier League and don't finish in the top 4. Everyone's hoping for that. We're the most hated club in the country, if not Europe. Who cares? This football club is strong, the players are strong, the bond is strong, the manager's been outstanding through all of this, and he's encouraging the same from his players. Hard work. Let's get back out on that football pitch, forget everything else off of it, and let's get ourselves through to the next round. Let's keep together as a group, keep training hard, and just deal with the football side. And that's all we want to deal with, the football side, but we're being dragged into everything else because of the sanctions and stuff like that. So there's just a lot of crap being written at the minute, and you just have to decipher what you want to read, what sources you want to read, what people you want to follow. So if you want to follow me on my channel, if you've never seen my channel before, then subscribe to it. Thanks very much for watching as well. Drop a like on it and all. Would say that, good one, Alonso. Perhaps Jamie will force your fan operator to withdraw service to you. He's got links with me. Honestly, Carragher's comments were just ridiculous. Abramovich has been just throwing his money about for 20 years. Well, I think you'll find Liverpool done the same. And when he turned around and said, you destabilised Liverpool by trying to sign Gerrard after 2 seasons, it's like, well, hold on a minute. 2014 season, for 3 seasons onwards, you signed 6 players from Southampton and completely disrupted their football club and destabilised their football club. You took Lallana, you took Ricky Lambert, you took somebody else from, who was it, Lallana, somebody else, can't think who else it was. Then you took Mane, then you took, Van Dijk. You literally took the heart out of Southampton. Dejan Lovren was the other one. You took the heart out of Southampton over 3 seasons. You disrupted Southampton. You destabilised that football club, and you're moaning at Abramovich because he went after Ashley Cole, and he went after, tried to go after Gerrard, and we then tried to go after Sven-Goran Eriksson, and you're moaning about that where you completely disrupted Southampton. So Carragher, just shut up. Honestly. Aussie, history will look back sympathetically on CFC's persecution, on the club itself, management players, This is practice run for many daylight robberies to come. It's just a ridiculous situation, isn't it? It's we're being hammered at all quarters for something that we're not involved in, but because obviously the ties we got with the owner until the club's sold. But then you have to imagine, even when the club's going to be sold, you still want to read nonsense about Chelsea and Abramovich and all this sort of stuff. And so the good thing is, since all this happened and it kicked off, we've beaten Norwich. We've come out. We beat Newcastle at the weekend where all eyes were on Chelsea. And we've come out tonight in the Champions League in a game where everyone's expecting us to have this banana skin and go out the Champions League like Man United messed it up last night. And we've delivered a great performance once again. So I just love the fact that we shut people up. Think of that Champions League final. Now I'm not one to blow me own, but if you look back on my channel, I did a couple of short videos on the week leading up to the Champions League final, because if you remember, Chelsea were written off Champions League final. It was all about Man City, all about Guardiola finally winning the Champions League with Man City and all this sort of stuff. And, he deserves it, Guardiola. His football team's amazing. And I kept saying on that week on my channel, kept saying, let them keep talking about Chelsea being the underdogs. Write us off. Quite happy with that. Write us off, because when you write Chelsea off, you're a fool to do so. And what happened in the Champions League final? I remember sitting there watching the coverage before I come down and do my commentary, and Rio Ferdinand was literally creaming himself because he saw the Man City team with no holding midfielder. Oh, it's so attacking. It's all this nonsense. The press is so biased against Chelsea anyway. The media are. They always have been. And that Champions League final, just the coverage was a complete joke. And then what happened? Chelsea were written off, turned up, spoiled the party, and won the Champions League for a second time. Chelsea are being written off the pitch now, and on the pitch again. If we win our game in hand, we're 8 points behind Man City, 7 points behind Liverpool. We've got good fixtures coming up. What's not to say we can go on a run? Keep writing Chelsea off. I don't mind that. I really don't mind that. Alonso, I guess we should feel proud of. We saw the Roman era and we enjoyed Chelsea great highs, but I remain positive there's something about Chelsea that is just unbreakable. We fall in love with Chelsea. Exactly. So I'm not going to sit here and apologise for the fact that I managed, as I said in my video, Chelsea Till I Die, a couple of videos back, I started going to Chelsea in 1980. 6,000, 7,000 fans watching Grimsby at home, behind electric fences, second division through the 80s, and it was awful. You could only dream that first we'd be back in the top league, which was the Championship back then, and then you're looking at the situation where, okay, so let's see if we can finish mid-table. Finishing mid-table back then was just amazing. It was unbelievable. And your highlight in the season was beating the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United and Tottenham. That was the highlight of our season. Season in, season out, as a Chelsea fan, thinking hopefully you finish in the top half. That's how it used to be. So when you get the chance to invest money with a new owner, and they promise you they're going to take you from here up to here within 5 years, and then you sit there 2 decades later and you look at it and think, we have won everything. But look at what we've won. We're the most successful club in this country over the last 20 seasons. And I'm not going to apologise for that. No one could sit there and say, you know, we've done it. And no one could imagine what Putin, the knobhead Putin, was going to go and do in Russia to Ukraine. So I'm not going to feel sorry for what we've achieved over the last 20 seasons, because it's been an absolute dream. It's been what we've achieved in that period of time is something I could never have imagined in my lifetime. What I could never have imagined is what's happening right now in Ukraine. As again, I keep saying it, scandalous, absolutely scandalous. It's unjust, it's inhumane. And the problem is these sanctions are in place at Abramovich and Chelsea, and it won't stop until there's a new owner in place, until the club is officially sold. And so bids are going to be made. How long is that process going to be? Will it be by the end of the summer the club's sold? Will it go into next season and the sanctions remain? We don't know. But one thing we do know is that the club is strong. The club and the players are strong. As long as the players can stick together. As long as we don't lose players through no fault of our own, like Rudiger and Christian's. I mean, Christian's probably off anyway. Aspi wants to come out of his contract, his extension that he's got, by all accounts. And Rudiger's just been asked for too much anyway. But we've got the basis of a great side. And a side that's going to challenge. And that's the thing. So with it being with no owner and under sanctions, that group can stick together. You've got people coming back off loan. We can't sign anybody. We can't buy anyone. We can't sell anyone. But the likes of Conor Gallagher can come back in. Other players that are on loan that have been impressive will come back to Chelsea and bolster the first team squad. Like we did a couple of seasons back with Frank Lampard, when the academy players come through. You know, we got the basis of a good squad. We got the basis of a solid unit. And these players that are playing together now, a couple of seasons now, they were young. And they're growing together as a squad. And that's important and imperative to remember. So, you know. Alonso. Oh, hold on. Aussie. Roman's impact is what it was going to get a club through this. He led the effort to build a club into a global brand. That's the key to survival and also our biggest threat. Agreed. Woodshed now, I think of it, the whole farce of the government took the sanctions from the Versailles Treaty. Nothing comes out of this. Nothing good comes out of this. Not to the UK government or rival fans. They will see. CD, why was Lukaku offside in our League Cup final? God knows. Because it's Chelsea, probably. It's ridiculous to say it. But, I mean, come on. Ridiculous situation, wasn't it? But even in saying that, we still had the opportunity to win the penalty shootout, and we all know what happened. But I will say this. We all questioned why Edouard Mendy didn't stay in goal for the League Cup final. And Kepa came on, and he couldn't save any one of the 11, and he missed the penalty, Kepa. So it all went to shit for Kepa. But you look at Edouard Mendy tonight for that penalty that he conceded that they scored. Burak's penalty is outstanding, by the way. He just walks up, gets near the ball, just blasts it into the top corner. But you watch Edouard Mendy. How tall is he? 6'6", 6'7"? He dives sideways on the floor. He doesn't dive at waist height. He doesn't dive up. He dives on the floor. And just makes it so easy just to put the ball over him. So maybe, looking at that, there might be a reason as to why Mendy came off and Kepa came on. Along with the fact that Kepa was outstanding in the build-up to the final. So, but Edouard Mendy's shot stop is outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. He worries me with the ball at his feet because I think he's a bit haphazard at times. I think he's a bit too laboured. Doesn't sort of rush enough at times where you think, just get rid of that bloody ball. But shortstopper Mendy's outstanding. And some of those saves he made in the League Cup final, the double save from Sadio Mane was one of the best things I've ever seen. So, but yeah, his effort to save the penalty tonight is on the floor as the ball goes over him. He's literally dives sideways. Not waist height and up or up. Literally puts himself on the floor. Anyway, so people, what else do you want to talk about? 185 people on. Welcome along. Thank you for joining. Chelsea win 2-1 on the night against Lille. Go through 4-1 on aggregate. I've got Thomas Tuchel doing his interviews now on BT Sport, and I can imagine they're being asked about these sanctions again. He is, yeah. He's just doing this a lot. So just ask about the football. That's all he wants. Concentrate on the football. He's now smiling, so it seems to be all right. But so through to the quarterfinals, and I quite fancy anybody in the draw. Villarreal, a good side, beating Juve 3-0 tonight away at Juve. Atletico Madrid, we've got Israel Villarreal and Atletico. I'll take both of them. I don't think Bayern are as good as people make them out to be these days, Bayern Munich. Of course, the bin dippers, Liverpool, will take them. We'll take Man City. So, Chelsea will be outsiders for the Champions League, as the holders will be outsiders, which is ridiculous. But no team in that quarterfinal draw wants to draw Chelsea. I'll tell you that for nothing right now. So we shall see. See what happens. With Joe Cole's in the studio, Farrell Williams in the studio, and Rio Ferdinand. So I'm going to turn that coverage off. So people, hold on. Alonso, I think we can win the Champions League. Thomas Tuchel's a great manager. Nobody wants to face us like he said. Exactly, they don't. Who wants to face Chelsea in the Champions League? On any given day, we can beat anyone. Ozzy, let's consider we're able to handle our regular business before any deadlines. What players under contract are leaving in the summer? Well, there's already talk about Jorginho, which we hear every single window. He can go. Not bothered about that. Because when you look at your first team, strongest 11, he's not in it for me. It's Conte, Kovacic all day long. I think Lukaku would look for a move in the summer if it continues like it is. He's on the bench, and the reason he's on the bench is because Kai Havertz is demonstrating as an attacking midfielder how to play the role we want him to play, Lukaku. I mean, you look at Lukaku and all that money, and yes, okay, he doesn't want to be a target man up front. Doesn't want to play as the focal point. He wants to play off of that front line, 10 yards off, clip the ball deep, turn and run at people, or, do it that way. He wants to play with someone up there next to him, like the Toro Martinez. The two of them dovetail for Inter were great. Lukaku loads of goals. But for Chelsea, awful. He can't play target man. He can't play focal point. So, you sort of look at Lukaku now, the way he's playing, and the way he leads the line, and you remember and realised exactly how important and how good Olivier Giroud was for Chelsea. Signed by Conte from the Arsenal. Couldn't get a game from the Arsenal. Comes over to Chelsea. People were probably umming and ahhing a bit. But pretty much soon realised exactly what quality this guy had, Olivier Giroud. And I keep saying it on my commentary. You look at Lukaku. Free header. Got no one near him. He win headers all day long. You give Lukaku one-on-one with a defender. Go out and win a header. Bearing in someone of his size and his physique. He's awful. Can't win headers for toffee. You look at Lukaku's shape and frame. The geezer's built. He's like a brick shithouse. He's solid, Lukaku. And he can quite easily bully defenders the way that Costa and Drogba did. But you look at his frame, look at Drogba and Costa's frame. They were much smaller than he is. But they dominated defenders. They bullied defenders. They won headers all day long. They led the line perfectly. And it's just ridiculous, honestly. It's ridiculous. Every single time you look at Lukaku, you're thinking, my God, how can't you win the ball in the air? But he's got a job on. So he could potentially go in the summer. Because I think Chelsea will speak to Tuchel. Tuchel's given him a start. He did well initially, Lukaku. Got his injury, held him back. Had his moan for being ready. Wasn't being played. Had his whinge on Italian TV. We all know what happened there. Asked to make his apology. Did his apology. Played a couple of games. And what's happened? He's back on the bench. So, can Lukaku force his way in to the Chelsea team when you've got Kai Havertz playing like he is? No. You can't. The record signing is sitting on the bench because he doesn't deserve to be in the team at the minute, starting games. So he could go. Jorginho and Lukaku could probably go in the summer. What you hope is the Chelsea sale goes through and we can try to keep hold of the likes of Aspi, Christensen and Rudiger, but I think two of those are gone. I think Aspi and Christensen are gone. Both to Barcelona probably. So we shall see. We shall see what happens. Right, okay, so Woodseller, can I say that our past hardships, Lampard's sacking, Super League, Lukaku interview and now the crisis, has only strengthened us, both us fans and the team. So look at the team when they score now. Exactly. All that to the fans. Passion. Len, how are you, mate? Dark days with pigeons on the pitch when we came through. That will still be here for years. You can't kill us. Exactly. Dark days with pigeons on the pitch. Remember that? You used to watch the games. That's a ball move from defensive to midfield. The pigeons on the halfway line used to fly off. That used to be quite funny, that. Remember that? Pigeons on the pitch. Oh, dear. Great shout, Len. Great shout. So, so remember, people, next week. So, next week, at least Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because I fly to Florida on Saturday morning. So, at least 4 days next week, there'll be live stream. Talking Chelsea with me on this channel. And the Chelsea pub will be open. We just want to talk anything to do with Chelsea, like you would do in a pub with your mates. So, we'll talk anything to do with Chelsea. So we'll catch up what's happening with the Chelsea news updates since now or between now and then. We'll have a talk about just anything to do with Chelsea back in the day, Chelsea in the future. And we'll keep the stream open for a couple of hours a night between 8 and 10 UK time. So come and say hello. And if you want to join these streams and get involved in the chat, all you got to do is become a channel member. Subscribe to the channel, hit the join button on the channel homepage. It's only £1 a month to be a member and get involved like these guys, the fantastic community I've got, to get involved in the chat. Alonso, CD, you've always been positive and gave us fans the voice. This positive gives us faith that our club will make it through. Stick together at World Champions. Exactly, Alonso. Thank you very much. Woodshadow, look at our youth and young players, Mount, Havertz, James and co. In 5 years, they can actually say they've lived for the toughest patch in Chelsea history. They won't take no shit from anyone. Exactly. This squad and the club will just grow through all this. You know, you dealt with adversity. It's how you deal with it and come through it. And the club and the players will. The management will. The staff will. And all we can do is hope that we're better for it and we can be stronger and we can move forward with new owners. We just have to make sure that we've got the right owners in place. That we haven't got Muppets in charge. That are only in it for the money. And when you talk about Abramovich, let me just say that. You look at Man City's owners, look at Liverpool's owners, look at other investors in football in the UK. How many of them feel the passion of our football the way that Abramovich did in the stand? How many of them kick and breathe every single ball because they love of the game? All these others look at players on the pitch as dollar signs. They just look around just thinking of money. That's all they think about. Money, money, money. The fact that Abramovich has wiped off the loans that he's given Chelsea just tells you how much he loves the football club, how much he loved the game and his passion for football. And that's what you saw week in, week out in the stands. So I'd much rather have an owner, obviously not Abramovich at the moment because of what's happened, but going forward, the new owners, I want to see owners that are passionate about the football club and about the game. And they live and breathe the game. Not just see this as a business model, to try and rinse the arse out of it, take loans against it and just put it into debt and all this nonsense. So that's what you want to see. That's what I want to see going forward for my football club. Aussie, seems like Cho will go as well as one of Werner, ziyech or pulisic. Hopefully not. There's a lot of talk about the Werner, ziyech and pulisic from back in the day where there was reports that when it was going to pot and Chelsea in a bad run of form, that players were moaning they're not being played enough, and they're unhappy and all this sort of stuff. All those reports have died down now. There's no talk about that anymore. Coming to America, not flying to Atlanta. I'll be coming to Atlanta at some point with my work at some point, whether it's this year or next year, I'm not sure. So I'll keep you updated, Aussie. I'll keep you updated. I'm going to Florida a week on Saturday. Unfortunately, my wife and the in-laws and my little boy, they're going out for 3 weeks. This Saturday they fly out. So I'm here for a week at home before I can fly out because I can only take 2 weeks off work. They won't give me 3 weeks, which is great, as you can imagine. So, yeah, going out to Florida a week on Saturday. So that's why there'll be plenty of content for me next week. Alonso, do you not think whoever takes over will have to show us fans their support for our team by buying a top player? I remember the song Can't Buy Me Love being played after match of the day when Roman arrived. I know. I know. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, Hasselbank winner, yeah, exactly. The thing is as well, I mean, you want people to come in and do right by the club. You want them to come in and spend a lot of money. Well, buy the club first and foremost. Invest in the playing squad. Continue to invest in the academy and the local community. But not just go around and throw loads of money at just get ahead of themselves. Just telling to complete morons and say, right, I want to play him. I want him playing for me, and go and buy stupid players and just say to the manager, right, you've now got to fit him in your squad. i.e. Ronaldo at Man United. Completely unbalanced that team by him turning up. Completely unbalanced it. Whether you like it or not, that's the truth. So you don't want that. You don't want an owner coming in going, right, I now own this football club, I'm going to spend some money. I want to go and bring, I don't know, whoever. So we have to wait and see what happens with the football club. But one thing that remains, as I keep saying, is the football club is strong. Chelsea existed before Roman. Obviously, did great while Roman was here and would exist after Roman Abramovich. Despite what the media tell you, despite what most of the supporters up and down the country want, because we are the most hated club in the country. So all we can do is just wait to see what happens. Their bids will be made by Friday, then be reviewed, evaluated. Decision will be made whenever that will be, whether it's going to be a couple of weeks, months, whether it's going to be summer, after the summer, we don't know. So all we need to know is that the club can continue playing football in the Premier League and in the competitions that we're left in. The players can still be getting paid and it's not going to go under. That's the main thing. As for the fans and tickets, season ticket holders can still go, so the game's going to be like 2/3 full. But it's not going to be the same. And the fact that kids can't go and buy, you can't go and buy your child a Chelsea shirt with Mason Mount in the back from the club shop, is just a joke. It's scandalous. Absolutely scandalous. So, you know. So we have to wait and see what's going to happen. But I'm going to call it there, people. Got another long day ahead of me tomorrow. It's been a big night tonight for Chelsea. Everyone was looking for us to fail, and we've stepped or come through it again with a good win, a 2-1 win. Take us through 4-1 to the Champions League quarter-final draw, which takes place on Friday. So Friday's a big day for two reasons. One, the Champions League draw, and two, potential bidders will put their bids in to be the new owners of Chelsea Football Club. So, have a good rest of your evening, good rest of the week. And there'll be a video out for me either tomorrow or on Friday. And then I will see you the week after. So stay tuned on the channel. Drop a like on this video for me. Subscribe if you've not seen it before. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Have a good evening. Good night all. Thanks for being here. See you soon.